Moika, me a tela abibone, quase, a cane sume wo poba suma pele. Iragara, inara coisa yo conazo, Iragara, igora coisa yo conazo, Moika, a tela abibone, quase, me cane sume wo poba suma pele. Iragara, igora coisa, Iragara, no apio la pele, Iragara, igora coisa. Me wonu afie wa pere Iragara ikome kuise Iragara tama kwa gbowe su me pere Iragara ikome kuise Iragara Iragara ikome kuise yo konazo Iromo yika etera abigole kwase Mekane zume wo powa zume pole Dae jize ya ye yodo yoga suwa Ya nye di me ye ka o nye pola kona se Ya genro me ye ka karota kona se Tume baba wa kwi me baba nu Wa sa me baba nu Wodo ko ye kunle Na wodo jize saka wo ya biesu ba wo kone Zume o gonu kwanungu parakara Iromo yika yetera abigone kwasa Ipaka paka Wotwa biele yetomu suda akbe Wotwa swete kara yetomu suda akbe Suda polone zume manu ho kanu kampe monge manu Kanu paweka agonwe nukasa Kanu paweka ne agonwe nukasa Dekale wose wakwa kanu surada Zume apo wopo sudawe When you wanna go where you kata sudawe yira kore yo Biwe gare kunwa go where you kata suda Iragara inara kuisa yo konazo Iragara yikona kuisa yo konazo Iromo yika yetera abigone kwaza Mekane zume wo poba zume pule Iragara ikome kuise Iragara Ono apie wa pule Iragara ikome kuise Iragara Iragara yesura pola ne zume o megbega lo ukwe Adiesu Uton piene diga lo ukwe Watesu Uton piene doga wole Nela be o mabe Neba yeto yu koka suwaba Yekane gbega lo ukwe bo asuwaba Yekane diga lo ukwe bo akmaba Dega kona woba Degare sumenu wabe kwa wodola Deba dwe suda do diewo ne wakanu Dowo be yejisa yemo Suda do die yejisa bemu ya Dekale yejisa pene negu Iragara ikome kuise Tama kwa we yejisa webu me ya pure Iragara ikome kuise Iragara Untonga bokwe onfe mose Suda we musa kwe umakaraba Suda Suda we musa kwe manu kona gonke Le suda wune ye ake Le suda wune ye ake Suda ye no plaka ye no wopiemo Yabo manu kala kone kakukasa Le odwaka wono jizese Suda ye polane kome kakwasi Koye ne kakakwasi yo kakana kui Maike kanu kasane Yaya na besuo yedo ye pemble Ne akapwe suda yero ble Yeno ye de do ko ye karapyo Wasa ke mwe umaka kowa Suda usa nule umanu kokana kongu Manya time ye awonya po
And so, good evening, folks. Wherever you're watching us from this evening, we'd like to say a warm welcome to today's edition of the Heat Tower here on BKS Television. My name is Junior Payne, and of course, I'm here with Afanso Wombo, Shadrach Tobe, and the rest of the folks will be joining us subsequently to have a lengthy discussion here tonight on the Heat Tower. Afanso, I am facing some little bit of internet tripping. I will turn over to you and Shadrach. Let me go in the back and work on it shortly so I can join you guys. As you can see, I'm tripping, even myself. I see myself sticking somewhere. But again, we'd like to say welcome to the show here this evening. All of you joining us via radio or on Facebook or on YouTube, we'd like to say welcome to the show here this evening. You're about to listen to the Heat Tower here on BKS Television. Of course, yesterday was Liberia 178th Independence Day celebration. So today is mark Liberia 178 day years and 1 day in existence of independence. So we'd like to say a warm welcome to all of you this evening. Welcome to the Heat Tower. Today we have a lot of stories to cover. Yesterday was the Independence Day celebration, and a lot of things happened in Liberia. The orator of the Independence Day celebration spoke lengthily. We have some of the clips we're going to be playing you here. The president of the Republic of Liberia too also spoke during that event. We're going to play you some of those recordings and have our take on them too as well. But again, it's going to be a wonderful discussion. Let me turn it over to Afanso. Afanso, welcome to the show. Shadrach, welcome to the show. Let me try to work on my network and see which one of them I'm using because they trip a lot.
Oh, yeah, John, thank you very much for welcoming us. Thank God that we are back yesterday. Everybody was busy on the independent issue, and we are back. Thank God. But our guest supposed to have been today the county education officer of Nimba, but he just communicated with us that he got a guest from the Ministry of Education, and they are in serious discussion. Even when I called him, they were in a meeting. So he told us the possibility of joining us a sling. So yeah, we can go on with the show. He promised if he don't appear today, he will appear maybe tomorrow or anytime we want him to appear. So yeah, we're sorry for the inconvenience. That's the issues on ground. For IBA, yeah, the Independent Day was good, and thank God I see Sadra today, even though he did not call yesterday to send on the Independence beer. Uh, DK was on a big show yesterday. DK, how you doing? DK sleepy. Oh, Sadra, how you coming on, Chief?
Yeah, I'm okay, Alfonso. Good
Alfonso,
evening, everybody.
I'm not sleeping. I have my nieces here, and they playing the TV very loud. I'm finding means I can get us out to do the show. When they're in the house, you can't have peace. They're eating at McDonald's right by me. They're playing music, baby shower everywhere. So I
Yeah,
have to get out to do the show.
they like problem every time. They don't let peace. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, I recall the DK will come to you. Let me ask Sandra. Sandra, how was the celebration there in Liberia? How you go?
Well, I can say it was very fruitful everywhere across the country. People celebrated the day in peace, and they turned out. People went about doing their celebration, different how do you call it, celebrations, other musicians, different. Like SK were back yesterday with musical concert. So it was very nice across the country. Even though some of us were just home relaxing, following the show on TV, online, other call platform, radio stations, and across the country. But it was fruitful. I think the most important thing that got to my soul yesterday very well was a message from the president and also the orator. So the
Yeah,
president, seeing the song of Neymar as the dedicated public servant and opening it to the public and the world at large. It was commendable for every Liberian,
yeah,
especially we that hail from Nemba as
we will come to that. We will come to that. But we will come to that. We know that. The celebration in a totality. Since I was born, I celebrated, 20th in Liberia on numerous occasions. But this one, what makes it so special that in fact everyone around the globe celebrated in that form, man? What makes it so special, you think?
Uh, Alfonso, so if let me speak from my own personal opinion, and not speaking from the general public. We are, like you better said, we are celebrated no thousands of adequate, but the hundreds of no independence since we existed as a country. So some was very good, and some maybe grain more than this one at the time we were not born. But coming from the war, we're having more crisis than at this time. Even though we are not out no in war again, we have no democracy, transfer of power, and peace. But the difficulties, facing the war, and people do feel that being on our own, where international partners whatsoever, cutting their aid, to other countries, we like we also being affected. And things going to be that tough. But again, the government being responsible, has put into place mechanism that will help the citizen. So, like I said, to me, for what make it very important to me and also fruitful is the method that will affect the ordinary citizen positively in
So,
terms
so,
of.
so, Sadra, before I can go to DK to get a perspective on that, let me ask you: celebration across the country. I'm talking about there in Liberia, even in Ganta, somebody showed to me in Senegal, by other places like that. We saw all stakeholders, with their people, and I saw the Speaker of the House in a stadium where the people had show. What really come to your mind when you see those kind of thing happening in a country?
So, like I said, number one thing is I would tell you security. The security is sure because everything in the country will not that safe. Speaker of the country will not go on concert, the musical concert at a time. So it tells you that security is in place and people are free to move around. So things are getting better. We will get it. It's a gradual process. So it will not happen over time. But with responsible government, people understand governance, they will put things in order and citizens will be free to move around. So having no stakeholders across the country celebrating with our people, it also shows a sign of leadership. We are here, tell all what we can do. We are not infallible from error. We can also make error as a human being. We are human beings like you, even though we are being entrusted with power to lead you. So in that manner, they also mix with our people to understand some of that plots so that we all can move the country forward.
Thank you. Let me go over to DK. DK, you are now in Liberia in the States. Some people can say, but wait now, what really, why you get to fry in a fish here? Which one? Oh, DK gone. DK, I wanted to ask you because across the United States, in Philadelphia, Florida, and other places, yeah, okay, DK. Um, let me ask you some question like this.
You can't hear anything from me from this point until I get out. You guys can continue. This place is noisy.
DK, then make it get out and give us your perspective. Make it get out there.
No problem about me. I will do it. Yeah, before
Okay,
somebody start calling uncle and complaining, yeah, you will not get anything good out of me from
okay. That's true. Just mute yourself because I'm getting a few water. So, Saja, to continue with you, we want for the other guys to come on the show so we can discuss this. Um, the I think quite of recent, it is the first time quite of recent in the last I think 6 or 7 years to have more than two head of states coming to our independence celebration. The first year of this administration, we only had the getting a Ghanaian counterpart. But this time we got four countries coming, head of states coming. And they don't even send deputy nothing but the president themselves. Do you see it as an improvement to our governance system?
Oh yes, Alfonso. Like I said, we as a country, uh, we will be realistic to ourselves as citizens. Like you already said, when there is no security, people always shy away. And not because you don't have anything good in your country, but they are afraid to be affected in terms of security. So sometimes head of states they will send delegates whatsoever because the country will not feel comfortable sending their head of state, their leader to the country where there are security implications like things are not safe, and you get a head of state, the president will telling you everybody should put their city camera in their house to know whatsoever. So those things are go across the wall. So it tells other people, different part of the world that there are security implications in the country. So they will be afraid to send their head of state in that country. And anything happens, who take responsibility? So I think with this responsible government and things taking place in terms of security, people are brave to come, people are no happy to come. The society is free of no security implication. So head of state will come, especially with the leadership in currently. He's been the vice president for 12 years. All these guys you see has friends. They will trust him, they respect him. So when you invite them, they will come. They won't send delegate no to like, okay, I can't go to this man call. Let me see my prime minister or information minister. But I have to go to my friend call. So that what we see as a responsible government.
Thank you. Siarote, so good to thank welcome to the show. Happy Independence Day. Belated one to you. Yeah.
Thank, thank you, Alfonso.
Yeah. Thank God.
I mean, we stay in a season, the
Yeah.
most celebrated Independence Day ever in our country history since 1847. So, I mean, we are
Yeah.
amazed by
Yeah. We look at the turnout and both back home and abroad for every patron, and we noticed that everybody was like nobody got time for what they call tribes. Nobody had time for what they call religion. People were just involved into it. But like Sandra was saying, because of security, we saw our Speaker of the House going to a concert on an Independent Day, something that I'm not seeing happening. If it happened, maybe it will be in the 80s. I'm not seeing it happening since from 1997 or to present. To see this going Independent Day was something shocking to me personally. But how actually do you see the Independence Day going, take into consideration our democracy, people visiting us from foreign nation, full president, not even sending deputy, but the president themselves coming. How do you see the country? How do you see the independence?
that. Alfonso, what is happening to Liberia? Mind you, our country now is one of the destination of democracy within the South region. And post-war, you see that Liberia has now grown after the war. And if you even read the script of the Sierra Leonean president, who is now the ECOWAS chair, he also counted on that, how Liberia has grown into, and the role Liberia has played as the big brother and oldest African nation. Mind you, the Sierra Leonean president also served as peacekeeper back then. He also recounted, that's one of the places I really admire about him. He even recounted about Bruce Island, Broadville, and all those areas where he came on the soil at the time as a peacekeeper, but today he has come ahead of state. So it clearly shows the kind of progress we have made as a country. And another thing that catch my eyes yesterday was the exuberant, the kind of love, like you said, beyond tribe, beyond party line. And another thing is the government, they actually show maturity. Mind you, there is a second oration now by speakers. Before, to my recollection, you will see that your script will be reversed to know what you are about to say, doing and your speech. But this time in this government, in this regime, people had a will. Mind you, they passed oration. This lady, how you call her? She's a Liberian lady, but resides in London. She served as the um, the orator last year, and you know how powerful that oration was, and also that Don Reverend Don yesterday equally. So I mean, they speak to the issue as to what is prevailing, and another thing is, I saw that everyone was happy. Man, you civil servant also took pay on time before the 26th. Some people around the 15, going to the 20 upward, and people got ready for the celebration. And you saw that the presentation from the president of recent trending all over, it also brought that kind of sense of recognition to the country. Everywhere you saw Liberians very happy. I saw yesterday in Minnesota, some of my friends, we spoke from New Jersey and other areas. I mean, everyone was very happy, celebrating the country. And seeing Christoph, Wupu, and the crowd too as a social person, seeing the speaker on the stage, it also shows that the country now, because man, before you see people demonstrating or on the street, not on the street, but you see when people go for a program, the number of human beings, sometimes you see how you call it, stampede people, but now you see everyone go for a purpose and they are kind, and you see everyone celebrating. I mean, it was so amazing yesterday. It shows to the world that Liberians are ready. They love for country. And when the speaker also spoke, you saw how the president immediately responded to the speaker and his message. And immediately he set up a 45-man committee to be chaired by the vice president. And mind you, the statement he made, someone that he deeply trusts, it is a win that you will see a president.
Yeah, we will come to that. We will
Yeah.
come to that because
So, there were a lot of things. There were a lot of things that were eye-catching yesterday on the independence globally. Even when you look at the how you call this KMTV, just from yesterday evening to this morning, you have close to 350,000 views. And I mean, there are a lot of things as we go on. Even this morning or this afternoon, when they to just close the class reloaded, when I follow the CDC lawmaker also phone in as to how the number of hours he can take from, he used to take from Monrovia to Sino, but now he takes 3 hours where they used to spend 3 days, 4 days, and now they can spend 3 to 4 hours. So I mean, it's amazing he spent his time with the people. So I mean, yesterday's celebration, it was a global celebration, not only people in Liberia. Thank you.
okay, thank you very much. Yeah, so I will take on, but I think you'll be back. Uh, the the beginning of the program, we saw the president moving, a convoy moving in a different form, unlike from the previous, days where our president moving. You don't have the escort, let me say the motorbike escort and other stuff. But this time he got an escort for motorbike and other stuff. Is the security, strengthening the movement of the president now, or are they doing the same normal thing, Sadra?
So when you say whether it's security strengthening, I don't think that way. I think that back escort it was gifted by one of his colleagues, either from Ghana or one of the countries, if I can recall, or I said the people right there. So it just, I think, is the way of identifying the presidency and not about security. So I don't think back is there for security purpose or strengthening security. If that was security, no. Maybe you got more bulletproof car in the convoy instead of EV back. But it just to dignify the presidency is another way of article. I think when you follow other countries, or even the United States, you in that country, you see bad, no, who guys do that thing, like
Yeah.
that. Yes. So in that security domain,
Thank you.
yeah.
The question I think will go generally because my boss man, the host himself is not here. I wanted him to play some of the clips, the recording from the program yesterday. I know we follow that. For those of whom that did not follow, we wanted to play the. I think when you can, he's going to play. But I want to take out to the oration, maybe the almost the middle part of it, where the speaker talk about opposition being essential in a democracy. They shouldn't be, blackmailed, but they should be protected and respected. And he also urged them to also behave or to practice what we call patriotism and also be sincere in what they say, not to, put out falsehood. What is some of the falsehood we think opposition always put out? Or what are some of the things that are not good in a democratic state that he think he pointed out and pointed out at the rightful time?
Well,
Let's do the photographer here. Yes.
so Alfonso, yesterday when I listened to the orator that learned many things from him, he was very bold. Like CRT said, these days they can't tell orator what to put in their speech. They speak their mind, they speak to society perspective, they speak to issues affecting society, and they speak reality about society. So while it's true that there's no perfect government, equally so, African politician opposition, especially about society in Liberia, people are deceptive. They will see the reality because they are not in power, so they can be praised of that good. They try to incite the public against the government in the deceptive form. Why is it in deceptive form? Our society is kind of, let me say this, not that educated in terms of politics, especially our mothers and fathers who are not educated. So when information goes out there, to even digest it the way it's supposed to be, people digest it their own way because everybody is attached to somebody. When Peter in opposition says something, instead of Mary as unto Peter to really realize, to analyze the statement by Peter, why it's true that the government told 100 million and just disburse it on their will, the information is out there. So people will analyze it different ways before they come to reality that it was false. It already affected our society in a negative form. So the orator was right to say, you can challenge the government, you can say something about the government, but be a patriotic citizen to say in the rightful direction. If the government going wrong, you can make the government say, okay, this is not good, and we want to see this. When we're in power, you guys spoke about this, and you're doing the same thing. When the public see the reality, everybody will speak to it. But in the deceptive form, because you're not in power, you want to get into power, so you want to incite the general public against the government. Now, why he referred to as deceptive, I don't call it propaganda. So, one thing that he spoke of that I really love and I would like to see the president doing is to deviate or minimize suspension and fire. Because suspension with the investigation whatsoever taking almost 10 years, or another 5 years or 6 months, whatsoever, they probably feel that you are just doing how they call it, you be playing politics. Let me say you play politics and you don't want to fire your own how they call it officials or people attached with your party. So why it's true that you're spending indicting it for corruption allegation is true. But when the evidence is there, because before you suspend, at least you have some evidence or no piece of evidence. So it better fire to make the government clear. There's a mess in the government, we agree. Not because no, we support the government yesterday, so we say everything is okay. No, not everything is okay. There are people, even the government, is also deceiving the president. He is one person. Before a region, it affected the community that you represent. For example, I just give you an example. Let's say a person presided over transport. What happened recently about transport license issue. How will you outsource the revenue that's supposed to help the country to a foreign company, taking almost 80%, and you give me 20% for the period of almost 20 years. Over 20 years, people do more than almost half a billion, and you get just 10 billion out of half a billion. That doesn't make to our society. It will affect the common people because what revenue will drop. We don't have money to build roads, to build schools, no modernize our schools. So these are things that I really like no law from the orator spoke about the issue. So these are things that when the president see it, no suspicion, fire the person for investigation. If there are no found guilty, no if there are imprisonment for the penalty, let them serve it.
Thank you.
So that's the first one. Let all
Thank you.
speakers know that
Thank you. Siawate. Same question to you. I know you understood the question. Unmute yourself.
Coming?
I was just asking, what did you make of the oration, the orator, message about opposition being respected in the society, even though they are opposition, but they should be respected by the imposition of the government. And also, he also urged them not to, cast falsehood on the government or on the state. They need to be patriotic in everything they say because their idea will drive the government agenda positively. If they preach some negative, things, there will be a negative result we're going to see. Now, those statements coming from the orator in such an occasion that he was invited by the government, actually, what actually did you make of it? What did you understand from there?
Thank you. Let's start directly say, right? We all live in Liberia and we understand what is facing we Liberians and what we are facing as a country. The Reverend who spoke yesterday, he lives in Liberia. Even if he don't live there, but I'm pretty sure he lived there. He knows the happenings of the country. He knows what is unfolding. No one need to be a rocket scientist to know what is happening. Yesterday, if I can clearly state, one of the key lines when he spoke to the government was our opposition parties must be respected, not demonized. They are not the enemy of the state. They are part of the machinery of accountability. I think that was one of the key words. In every society, even in your life as a person, when you are not criticized, you will not be put on path. And it's very important. You need critics, to face out things. It is very important. But one thing that happens is that when you see people being dishonest, that's where problem come in. Like I was setting an example this afternoon or this morning about a lawmaker, I think Alex Noah, Honorable Noah, who comes from Sino. People will see the truth and they don't say the truth only because they are opposition. And that is very, very much, that dishonesty. And all of what is happening, everybody, when you see opposition, like what you are saying, when dishonesty play, there's no love for country. Only because John was in power yesterday and he was voted out. And mind you see, we that believe in the doctrine of Ambassador Boaka, to some extent, he listened to his people. That's why you see most of those suspension, dismissal, and what have you that has been going on. It is based on people who are even in government. If you go to the various chat rooms of the United Party, you see people criticizing their own leaders. They will even go on the radio because what? The people of Liberia stood on the rain, on the rain and the sun. Man, you people walk in the dirty water. That's why when President Bouaka said in 2017, people told him to be, they tried to take it as, how you call politics. When he said they had a lot of opportunity and they squandered it. And I mean, that was the reality. He was talking from a fair note because why? There were a lot of things that happened in the country. He being a vice president, he had a limitation as a vice president. So now he wanted a space where he can execute. Because what we all saw when the president then said she took responsibility of what happened, of corruption and other things. Now, with the issue of opposition, imposition, and what have you, it all takes us as a country to speak to the truth. The opposition community is very important. Mind you, if only their approach is in a way where is there to sharpen contradiction, but if it is just there to demonize the government, incite the citizen, then I mean it don't make any. And for me, within that aspect, there's no contribution. Like I said today, a lawmaker from Sino, according to him, in the past, he tried to put it in a political aspect to try to balance it a little. He said, in the UP 12 years, sometimes they used to take 2 days, sometimes 3 days, sometimes dry season, they would take like whole day before they even get to sign up in his district because he passes through Riverside from Buchanan. And then in the CDC regime too, he said that was similar. But then in this government, the road connectivity now, they are doing well. He must speak to it. And he spoke on the radio. He said, not because I'm a member of the opposition. I'm a Liberian. And what affects my people affect, and it affect me as well. So now if I speak the truth and someone wants to have problem with that, I'm a citizen and I represent the people of Sino. As I speak to you, rice, he started to give prices or other things. So what we're trying to say is that we Liberians, we are the one we build Liberia. No one will come from out to build Liberia. Ernest, even if you play the last politics at the end of the day, it is Liberia we have. So, I mean, the speaker was very unanimous in his message to the people of Liberia yesterday. And when he spoke, Ambassador Bouaka being someone who listened, right soon he spoke. When the old man took the pulpit or the stage, he constituted a committee to be chaired by the vice president to look at the bread and butter issue of the country. That's how, that's how our country will get to be developed. And that's the kind of Liberia we want to see, where opposition speaks, citizens speaks, and the old man listens. Another thing Sergio touched before, leaving is that the president will need to get people dismissed. Yes, it is good. But another thing too is that we should also respect the rights of people, in the government. Mind you, we live in a democratic state and we live under the constitution. Just to dismiss people, mind you, now the president's character is at stake. He needs to be investigated. That's why we got anti-graft institution that should carry on investigation. So once they carry on investigation, you are guilty, then of course, because mind you, they just dismiss you and on the basis of corruption. That is, they don't know the law. You gotta be proven guilty before action is being taken. For me, that's how I see it. So I mean, the president is making some scrap, suspending people, even people who did not declare the asset. He suspended over 400 government officials, and those money were remitted to a special account, and chairs, were produced for students who are in the public schools. So I mean, he's making some scrap, and the government is trying. Mind you, we are just going 1 year, some months now. So and you saw that the two speakers that are spoken on the July 26th Independence Day, now you are seeing that they are being very blunt with the government. No one, edit their speech. They speak to what they see, in the country. So I mean, the speaker yesterday, he really did well, and he was very much straight to the point, whether opposition or imposition, and we as a citizen, our role too, as well. It really shook up the country, and it was good for that. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Welcome back. I actually wanted for you to play some of the clip, from the program yesterday, so that we can make our analysis on it. But he wasn't here, so we just dive into the speaker issues. The last statement he made, by the middle of the statement about the opposition, respecting the opposition rights and other stuff, and also, yeah, these are two we're discussing. So, do you have any clip from the president's statement yesterday?
Yeah, I have a clip from I have a clip from the president. But let me speak to the issue of the orator yesterday. You see, the orator, he was on point on some of those issues, and I think on some of them that he spoke up to, he didn't have any idea about them. Now, the part where he said, "Do not suspend; you should fire the people." Now, I believe that he didn't really understand how government operates, because if Shadrach is maybe a supporter of Unity Party, and having to bring Shadrach as the next, maybe let's say, finance minister of Liberia. Now, the relationship between Shadrach and the Unity Party is quite different from the profession that Shadrach is going to serve in. So therefore, Shadrach becomes now an employee that he signs a contract. So if I have an allegation against Shadrach as the president, and I don't suspend Shadrach, I get fire him directly, it gives Shadrach the legal ground to sue me. And if Shadrach win that case, it means definitely the government will be paying huge sum of money, which the government doesn't want to do so.
Let me, I'm stopping you, but let me come in. Your statement, yeah. But do you know that the Constitution gave the power to the president to appoint and dismiss?
Yes. Now you see, this is where the interpretation. I want to answer your question now.
I want question to that. Then you can answer it.
And Messiah, I can comment too after the first one.
The follow-up question is: since you know that the president get the power to appoint and dismiss, do you think? Why is it that the president will appoint somebody and notice that that person is not working to his taste? Then you want him to take legal, action to remove that person without exercising a right to dismiss the person that you put there. To say, okay, my man, you mind this thing, then I can't, you not mind. I said, move from here, I'll bring a different person. Then he said, no, I should go to court now. Why?
Can I respond to your question before Shadrach? Okay, Shadrach, before you come in, now, Alfonso, let me respond to your question.
The money from the president, why?
Let me respond to your question. Now, you see, when the Constitution says that the president has the power to appoint and dismiss, the appointing aspect is very easy. But the dismissing aspect now comes with a lot of, different angles to it. Now, you can dismiss based on administrative reasons. But if you are dismissing someone based on corruption, for example, you say, Shadrach, you are corrupt. I'm dismissing you because of that. Now, Shadrach will want to prove beyond all reasonable doubt that he's not corrupt. So he will go to court. And when Shadrach wins the case against you, then you will be paying for two different things. You will pay for the time Shadrach served for and the time that he's supposed to serve, because if he signed a contract of maybe 6 or 5 years, you will pay for that. And then you will also have to pay Shadrach for defamation or slander, because you tarnish his reputation in the public. Now, the appointing aspect is very simple for the president to do. But the dismissing aspect now comes with two different angles. It's either you say administrative reason. Now, if you start dismissing people for administrative reasons, then the international community will say this person is not serious. This president is not serious. So you, as a president, now you will want to dismiss your cabinet based on facts.
That's where I get a problem with you guys are doing the law. Because
can I come in?
Yeah, come in, Sandra. That's why I get a problem. You guys are doing the law. if you give the power to the mayor to appoint and dismiss without condition a condition attached to a dismissal, and then when he dismiss, then you come to the public to attach the condition. That condition should be attached in that law that gave him that power to appoint and dismiss. Other than that,
No, you see, there are conditions attached. Alfonso, there are conditions attached, because when they say appoint and dismiss, it don't mean the president going to play pledge with the appointment and the dismissing. It don't mean the president will just start dismissing everybody.
No condition in the constitution.
No, it comes with legal implication. To appoint is very simple. You can appoint somebody, very simple. But to dismiss the president now, you see, for example, the tenure position, you can appoint somebody to a tenure position. Now, you cannot dismiss that person without probable cause. And that probable cause should be proven. Now, if you say you are dismissing the person based on administrative reason, how many people will you dismiss based on administrative reason? So if you keep dismissing people based on administrative reason, then the international community will say, no, this president is not serious matter president. We cannot work with this president. So, I mean, for that point, I think the orator didn't really know the procedure that follows. You cannot just dismiss people. If you suspend them, it will take time. There are cases before the court. If the GSC file a case before the court, there are also cases there. And the cases that goes to the court is on first come, first served basis. It's not like who is who or who is this. That's why the court is an independent body. So Shadrach, I can respond to you. Then I will bring the president. Alfonso is moderating the show, so we got to listen to Alfonso. We got to obey all of the time.
So, Gino, let me say this. I made a point which Charity also emphasized on, and you came in with opposing view. I said I no believe in what the orator said by firing and instead of suspending on evidence, not just administrative. Why should I say that? Most of the cases that the person being suspended on, it was the result of GSC report. GSC is not just opposition to say the alleged the government is corrupt. GSC is also another arm of the government that is responsible for auditing. So GSC report clearly stated that some of these officials they misappropriated public funds. Some of them they bypass PPC procedure. So these are evidence they can you can fire people for, because the PPC procedure law says if you want to give out contract that above 10,000, you should put a bid out for people to apply. And evaluate companies apply to know who is capable or who is reasonable to get on the job.
You're giving edge to the mail, the Giombo to who you. Because if you say GNC come out with document to say the president corrupt, then that will tell you say what proof would that document have that this.
Alfonso, let me respond to Shadrach. Shadrach, you see,
That's Shadrach Lena.
Okay, Shadrach Lena, no problem. Alfonso, I'm going to eat the show. Alfonso, please get Shadrach.
I agree, but I know I'm not a lawyer, but equally so, there's a point here. Mm-hmm. So the GSC report was not a secret document; it was published, and we saw the action of the official. Even some of them were actually not actually, but they admitted. So if let's look at the case of Lucan, let's look at which case LRC. Because it was very clear that they actually misappropriated public funding to different things. Mm-hmm. So your responsibility as a head of an entity not to divert a budget land that was meant to build roads to buy car for yourself. That misappropriation.
Okay.
Go ahead. That's why I say you can fire based on evidence. I say you fire because corruption allegation with individual from in the street.
But David Wapo, let's welcome to Wapo on the show. Welcome, Oman. We're just discussing our Independence Day celebration yesterday and how we see it. So we'll come to you
Will the
Let
guest come?
yeah,
Sure.
let him respond to
My
that.
man, don't
We
spoil
just
the
try to
only
get
is David Wako.
I said,
Yeah,
the
that's my
guest.
name. David Wako.
I don't know whether the guests, Alfonso, maybe you can check in it back and see whether the guests will be here. But let me respond to Shadrach shortly. You see,
Why?
Shadrach, the,
Council?
the GSC is an arm of the government. The GSC work in the interest of the president. Likewise, all of the other ministers work in the interest of the president. Now, the GSC report is not legally binding. It is an allegation. If GSC accused Shadrach of corrupting 10,000 United States dollars of government money, GSC now will present those evidences before a competent court of jurisdiction. Now, it is that competent court of jurisdiction that has the authority to say whether this person is guilty or not. But until then, GSC report remains unproven. So an unproven thing, the president will not use it to dismiss somebody based on that. Why, in case Mr. X takes GSC to court, it is proving that GSC lied on this person, that the funds were not actually embezzled by this person, but rather another person, or it was not even embezzled. So
okay,
they in a very let's say state of dilemma that they cannot get themselves out of it because you will be paying a huge sum of money. So I think the president is taking a rightful procedure. These people will be suspended. When they are suspended, the GSC report will be presented before a court. The court now will decide whether or not the president is guilty.
that was
When
it.
you are guilty now, the president will dismiss you.
You on the show, you see then you see the thing you bring out John one you. So see how you agree with John, right? I
No,
don't hear.
no, listen, just few seconds. You know, like Jion said, the president got the appointing power. And I don't want to say there are positions, for example, tenure positions. This person is being appointed, let's assume, for 5 years. When there's any impropriety by that person, the person needs to be investigated. He's not just anyone who they can just dismiss, because man, you just dismiss that person, the law is also there. So you just dismiss the person, you have to pay the person off. Anything you do outside of the person tenure, I mean, the law will back that person. And GAC is not a final arbiter of justice, that be clear, or RACC. So if that person is accused in that manner and now a lawyer anyway, I think at that point, that person is being accused and it requires that person to exonerate his name. Because mind you, this is a character liability issue. So if you just you say, oh, this person, okay, for example, what happened to MCC, the Monrovia Consular District System, and to where Sandra works? The man now is fighting. Right now, he has flew to court, and the man is saying he was wrongfully identified by I don't know LCC or GSC. Now, if the guy go and clear a name, will you also have to do that? So what I'm saying is that the president is in the right direction because some of those positions, they are tenure positions. They need to be suspended. For example, the Glasgow and the rest of the people, because if you just dismiss the people, it also live with them. Tomorrow, they are all young people. It will be a character liability that they will live with for a very long time to even get job in the international space, and even locally, it become a problem. Because man, your resume will also carry that. And why were you dismissed? So that's why the president is very, very careful of how he dismisses people. It's better you go and exonerate yourself when you are guilty now. Man, you don't have corruption code. That's one of the key reasons before I conclude. We don't have a specialized corruption code. So we only got one criminal code. If it is a specialized corruption code, once you are being indicted, they file you there. Immediately they start your investigation. But we don't have a specialized code. That's the reason you see most of the cases are taking long. And it's in the purview of the code. I don't know how the code work anyway, but there are documents. which they prioritize or at what point. So the president is doing well. In previous government, we didn't see that. You saw people were being accused. They stay in power for that 6 years, and the president is very meticulous. He's doing well. Where
Thank
he
you,
will
John.
sustain and replace.
Before you can bring the next in there, as David, let him tell us a small thing he know about or what really he observed during the Independence Day. In 1 minute 30 seconds.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I want to say hi to all of you, and I want to say thanks for having me again. Well, I was listening to you. I agree with you in a bit. The only thing that personally I want to agree is that suspending that we see the president is doing well, fine. But to me, I will not say they're doing well because everything you do when corruption is on it in a corrupt way is very high. The president was his government. If to say his government was not corrupt and he had a record, because before, like John rightfully said, the president have the power to appoint and dismiss. But the different tool there is that dismissing, you will not just do it like how you appoint somebody. It take a time because that's time now. That person account of public like, so you can't just dismiss people just like that. Even though you have power, but you have to do it through legal process. That's why he has all these advisors, everything along with him, the attorney general with him. So, but because of corruption, they will continue in the past government, the present government. When corruption is in place, it's hard for you to do things right. If you say somebody was corrupt and you dismiss or suspend the person without sending them to court, that being when you said, because when corruption there, when he sent them to court, there too they will defend themselves. Most of the corruption we see in government, it's not just minister do it, they do it, and the president is involved because nothing right now in Liberia, everything they're doing in government in Liberia, Joseph Barker is aware of it. Nobody will say that Joseph Barker is not aware of things that are going on. So when you suspend somebody for corruption, you need to send them to court. But when you're not doing that, just suspending without the public know about it, something under it. The reason why people not know about it, something under it. With the 10 years position, is different than director and ministerial position. Those are position to president cannot just tamper with it that easily. So in Liberia, they will suspend somebody. Yes, they got a right to suspend, but they cannot dismiss, changing position just like that. But director, minister, deputy minister that you appointed, when you think they corrupt, send them to court. If you have record, you have proof, send them to court. So we're looking at his suspending without reason. We don't know the reason President Barker suspended somebody, and one day we can hear that he sent them to court. That's being corruption, and all the practice of corruption is there, is added to his suspension. But he had a right to appoint and dismiss. But dismissing too, you have to prove it. You can't just dismiss people because you don't like them. No. They will take you to court. So,
Alfonso, you are muted.
Thank you very much. I'm meeting. I'm talking to myself. Chris, welcome to the show. I'm late, so welcome to the show, John.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for the celebration, man. Yeah, man, you are not small, man.
Grace, Grace, we got ears everywhere. We received a very credible information that your program yesterday was okay, but there were gunfire. I don't know who fired the gun or where it was fired, or we received information that you guys started to shoot during the program yesterday, and we just want to use this.
Venezuela.
I think we're at the poor because he's the farmer chief.
Joy, get
So-
Yeah, then digest it, then we can get back to our theoretical conclusion.
Yeah, so
Thank you.
yeah, Jim.
Go ahead.
I've been following. I want to have a small team where my own good friend, brother. See how it is. My inner man. Come here. How you doing?
What's up?
I'll go UP man. You know, I've been listening. I know UP man was defending UP to the letter. So, but he's doing well. He's doing well. So where at a court just perform the lot, you know, some losses that the government needs to work on. I know when we think about corruption, like people we don't focus on the finance area or the financial area, but they forget about other areas that that involve corruption. So the way the women spoke for, you cannot suspend somebody without investigating or sending them to court. Since the Boaga led government took over all the suspension, there is a bold step they took to suspend people. But how many people have been prosecuted? That we can set a deterrence. I can say that as witness tomorrow or as caveat to other people. So I think the government have to go beyond of that. When you suspend people, somebody send them to the court. Because if you suspend somebody, that means the AACC. Because you appoint those people that give you credit information. For my end, in the United States here, I will say example. If you want to suspend somebody, government, that means they have all the facts, all the evidences that they read to prosecute the individual. So if you suspend somebody 1 year, they put in, you don't go to court. I don't think it's way for a democracy. So the UP government, I think they got to go beyond that. If you suspend somebody, send the court, then be prosecuted, it will go in jail, If it will see the people, if you start doing 1 or 2 times, somebody in the next position will be a friend. The next thing is the 10 position almost spot for. I don't think that's government respecting the position. I'll be real. They are going after 10 position. They have to make that particular and create those institutions being protected. That's the politics. That's what politics are Liberians. It don't mean that for SYZ, they just go after them. So the 10 position, they have to make respect today. They will leave power, for example. They want to tell me they will leave power today. They might make Junior take power tomorrow as president of Liberia. So all the youth party people in the government will take for the 10 position. No.
So, Chris, I want.
Yeah. So we're not actually discussing 10 position.
Because I wanted to ask Chris
the orator yesterday said,
Master want to ask him when diving to 20 position.
God shouldn't just suspend people, but you should dismiss them. That's a point. So the Gion argument is that before you dismiss, you're supposed to have, that person should go through the court system. You don't just dismiss. So the suspension perhaps is better. From there, they can take it to court. That's why I think that's their argument. So we were asking, I was saying the president had the power to appoint and dismiss. Why the judicial system or people that Gion taking that power from the president and saying because he got the power to appoint, then he appoint, no other law will back it. But when you're ready to dismiss, you come to us. The question I'm asking, when you're ready to dismiss, come to court.
So I think if answer your question was answered already. I just want
to
let me throw a little light to what Siawete said and why we should do this now. You see, the issue of the economic crime code, when it comes, it will really help us. Because if you take corruption matter to a criminal court or a civil court, now the court system operates on a first come, first served basis. So if you get somebody who, the judge is trying a murder case, and then the government sent a case there, not because you are the government, so it means they will take that case and put it aside to attend to the case. So the reason why I think this suspension thing is taking way longer time is because of the court system. So we need to pray that the issue of the economic crime court be established in Liberia, and I think they will be specialized in handling all of these issues. So once they are established, I think it will just take us 6 months. Some people will be in jail, while some people will be seeking refuge to other places because once you're a refugee, they can't turn you over again. It happened in the case of how you call him, the former finance minister. He escaped Liberia, went to seek refuge, and he lawyer told him America nothing will happen, and he went back Liberia. Now he finds his Ziale today. So the lawyer will ease on it today, and the man say, "My can." Then you go back. You find yourself in Ziale today. So you will not handle the issue. But let's pray. I mean, the government is doing well. The president is a very smart man. And then when you will just suspend you in the meantime, whether he like it or not, investigate you. Once he not investigate you, he keep you behind the scene. So you will be kept behind the scene while the government is operating. You can't go to court to say, send the government suspend me, they don't investigate me.
John, it's where the debate comes from, right? If you suspend a man, right? For example, right, you have to go through the law to be found guilty, right? I think what you have done is the point to be acting. So to be acting. We just suspend somebody.
No, you
just suspend somebody.
Yeah, we shouldn't lie. Once you suspend a point.
You know, I think Chris is not understanding certain thing here.
Once you suspend, he can appoint Chris.
The first
thing
is
not dismiss. Dismiss, never suspend. If I suspend you,
listen, in this administration, the government has suspended people, and he immediately reappoint another person to ascend to that position. Check the record. So
it is right.
What?
It is right. It is right or it's wrong.
Legally is right. Legally is right. Listen, Akami. This is government, right? It's not operating on friendship level. Now let's take for example the port. The port is one of the entity that
this is not Muyan government.
The most revenue for the country. Akami now. The port is one of the entity that bring the most revenue for the country. So if you suspend the managing director, for example, you suspend the port managing director, you need to maybe appoint the assistant managing director to that position. Then he will have
to be acting.
Yeah, he can be acting.
I agree.
That's what the government is doing.
No. LTA will not dismiss. LTA, mind that LTA boss was suspended, and President Bouaka appointed someone to be in order to take over. And he want confirmation. The argument is, I'm not against suspension. But if you put in someone to go confirmation to speak at interviewer, that may be the mess. That's the argument.
Okay. Chris, you got a point.
So
you got a point.
Okay, 1 minute. Junior, 1 minute. Junior,
yeah.
Maybe we speak to Chris 1 minute. So the LTA, I think chairperson that was suspended for corruption allegation or I was indicted for investigation. He was not a confirmed chairperson. He was acting, commissioner. Under the law, before you can be given a full term as LTA, you should be confirmed by the House of Senate. So they were appointed at the time, and they were acting. So he was in an active position, and he was suspended. So there's no law to hold a president why he did not dismiss or suspend before putting somebody there. I would understand that.
But Alfonso, 1 minute, please. One thing Chris need to understand is that President Bouaka is far different from President Weah. I think he needs to understand that.
I'm an Indian man. I'm an Indian man, but I'm not Christian.
I just want to.
That's a former Indian man. I'm not no party right now, but I'm Christian.
India and a strong supporter of the CDC. I know. So let me just make Chris to understand certain things. President Bouaka understands government very well. Maybe people don't understand that. They might say, "Oh, the old man." He's just suspending. One thing you need to understand is that people got fundamental right. We live in a democratic state. And mind you, like I keep saying, they will not just dismiss you from your job without prima facie. No. And the LACC or GSC does not have a prosecute. I don't know whether they have the prosecuting power, but I think they file you to court so that justice can be served. So President Bouaka, in his wisdom, that's why when you are accused by the anti-graft institution, he filed the case to the court, and then you give way. Mind you, the position is not your birthright. There are other qualified people. That's why you see, even at GSC, you see at NOCA, people who are deputizing their bosses, they immediately step into the shoes of their bosses. So this government is doing is doing things that previous government did not do, because the crowd of the people, it resonated with the president. That's why he made decision on the basis of crowd from the if President Bouaga or other leaders. You just keep you there because of friendship. I don't want to say people he's suspending or dismissing, they are related to him also. No, I don't want to be, because before people say, oh, it is nepotism. No, those are strong members of the alliance. But mind you, he took the bull by the horn, suspended those guys, right? So that's the passion President Bouaga bring to governance. And that's why if you see our scorecard in terms of transparency, no country will get 100 or one number, but at least to some extent, he's fighting corruption. Most of those anti-graft LACC, under the quote-unquote under President, for the past 6 years, you saw LACC was dormant, but under this regime, you see that they are very busy. The guys go to work by 3:30, they are going home. But now the guys leave from work at 8 to 11 in the night. They are working because of the stop out cases. President Bouaga is working overtime. Thank you.
See how it did. Can we point out cases that the LACC are prosecuting people? My argument is, I'm not against it. Trust me. I won't question it. I want to say, President Bouaga, LACC said John Brown the court, and they were prosecuting the process. That's the argument. That's what I'm saying.
Chris, you need to understand certain things about the law. Our constitution, the constitution of the Republic of Liberia. Once you are accused, you got your fundamental right to go to the court to exonerate yourself. So once you are not proven guilty, they cannot take any stance. What?
John, can you please carry out to the next step? They're not deviate from our topic.
John, that go to the next. Maybe there's in the Koga sport to run your father. He's passing the Koga today.
Yeah, we keep discussing artists in the Koga.
Hello, I miss good to you.
You miss good to my man.
Yeah, the other want to speak.
Conclude.
Yeah, let's get it on chance.
This issue in 45 minutes. So we just want to take the 20 minutes to discuss the next one, the president. Yeah, Ada, you want to talk something?
Alfonso, please, 1 minute. We also need to announce to the public, because the flyers went out today about this coming, so we don't need to keep our audience in suspense.
Yes, I want to say something.
He wasn't here talk about it.
Yeah, I read something yesterday. Most of our Nima children, you guys, we applaud you. You guys are good. Most of you are good, but the one that doing the wrong one, we always get to them and advise them. But we applaud all of you. We tap, but we read certain things that our children on the side. One of our Kennedy name was mentioned in this chat room. And the person name that was mentioned was Cool Prince Williams. Did you guys know him? He one of the Kennedy in District 5?
Yes.
Prince, they call it Cool. The name that came is Cool Prince Williams.
Yeah, I beg you. When we go to District 5 issue, then we can combine everything to discuss here. I beg you.
Okay.
Yeah, I beg you.
Yeah.
All right.
Alfonso, you are muted.
I was saying, we'll discuss District 5 issue in 45 minutes. So let's just talk the 20 minutes stuff on the president's speech. If you got it, you can play it, and everybody had their takes on that.
Okay, let's see if I have the president here. The one you just sent me, right?
Yeah, the one I just sent you.
Our country and our economy is making steady progress. Our domestic revenue remains limited, and many families continue to feel the weight of high prices. Transportation costs are too high. The prices of flour, sugar, and other essential goods continue to be a burden. Building materials are still expensive, making it hard for ordinary Liberians to construct houses and businesses. This contradiction, where import costs have fallen, yet market prices remain high, requires urgent attention. Therefore, I am establishing a high-level presidential ad hoc committee to investigate these disparities and recommend practical solutions for our immediate action. The commission and the committee will be chaired by someone I trust dearly, a dedicated public servant and an experienced businessman, the Vice President Jeremiah Bankun. The committee will work swiftly and submit a comprehensive report within 45 days with clear recommendations to restore fairness and stability in our market system.
You are muted. Alfonso, you are muted.
You are muted.
The video didn't finish. What's going on?
No, but we listen to that. I'm like,
Oh, okay. Okay. No problem. So say let's leave it and see. The president made a statement appointing.
Alfonso, when people are not speaking, I think we need to mute the background. I mean, it's getting.
Yeah. So yeah.
Somebody's traveling or moving, but then their mic is gone.
Yeah. So the president made a statement yesterday. I want to hear from you whether this is a contradiction, because this thing had happened in the past where some of the fourth in government at the time always praise the president, he's doing well, the country is moving good, the country is okay. Similarly, in this government, there are some praises people always say, yeah, the president is doing good. The thing is the day that the president has said with import cost less and tin prices continue to be high and listed low items, that is really confronting the living day-to-day livelihood of our people in the country. Something I believe is a sincere move. But people have been praising that the president is doing well, things are okay. Is this a complete contradiction that the president said? How do you make of his speech? How do you make of his statement setting commissioning a board chaired by the vice president, somebody he said he trusts? What is it a move for the people of Nimba, taking one of their son as vice president, also working in line with this president, and the president confiding him in on the international scene like this, something that I've seen not happening in the past regime, in fact almost 40 years ago. Almost all our vice presidents are now work along with our president in this form and manner. Maybe if I was tend to be correct, maybe whether we are talking with our October the day. So what's your say on this? Let me start with the lawyer John. Hey, I know you.
Now, yeah, you see, I always have different point of view on this issue, right? I got different stand. This is the work of the vice president. The president is overwhelmed. He alone cannot do it. You see, the president was interviewed of recent, and he said the vice president work is not a pack car. The vice president is not a pack car. He work. So I mean, it's a yeah. I don't know how we may call this, whether this is a boost for the vice president or not, but I believe that this is the constitutional responsibility given to the vice president. You work in lines with the president. In the absence of the president, you take control. So we shouldn't be making this a big deal. What we should be looking up to right now is going back to those old good days when rice bag was $15 in Liberia, where the vice president worked with his men to see how best, because the president said they need a practical solution, not just any kind of solution, but a practical one. So is the vice president going to work with those people that are appointed with him to have a practical solution? That should be our next thinking right now. But we keep, especially those from NEMA, we keep hyping this like it is something great that the president has done for the vice president. Every vice president in the Republic of Liberia is elected to work for the Liberian people. And one of the tasks is this, that you should go out there, work for the Liberian people. This is not a boost for the vice president. This is not a plus for the vice president. It is his responsibility. And the president is just giving him his responsibility. For the past time, president has not been giving the responsibility to the vice president to do in such a manner because we have been electing people who don't know the actual responsibility of democracy. People are, this is why we're facing the same issue today. Mr. X will do computer science and you will see that person being a police officer. Somebody who did IT is being a police officer. It's bad. So I think we are working in lines. We are working in lines with our constitution, which is right. It's good. It's okay. This is the work of the vice president. Let us stop overemphasizing it like the president has done something great. It has not been happening in the past because we have elected people who don't know these things. So now that we have elected somebody who knows that the vice president actually is supposed to work and not just go and sit in the Senate and listen to the senators, I think it's okay. I think at this point now he will leave. If he's a good vice president, he will leave the Senate doing their thing and go on the field with those people to hear from the House's mouth. Let them know. I saw a video circulating online recently. I don't know where it came from, but the area where those ladies are selling, you see the water setting everywhere, Afanso, all over in that building. It's bad. And according to her, they spend their entire day there from 6 in the morning to 6 in the evening. These things need to be catered to. I'm hoping and praying because the president mentioned two key things, like sugar and flour, that almost Liberians consume on a daily basis. We want to go back to those old good days. I saw a report from, I think the port, LPRC, that Liberia will be importing gas starting from tomorrow, petroleum starting from tomorrow. I don't know how true is that, but I'm still doing my investigation. These are some of the things we want to be hearing under this administration. But this thing that the president appointed is not a hap right now until we see the vice president work, because the president has already given him the heavy weight to say, this is my trusted president. I trust him. So it's like putting you in the public now. Now, if you cannot bring the president a practical solution to those things and you can't bring a scientific solution, then the president will say, no, man, I put free trust in you. So Afanso, you are muted. I think it's not a big deal for us, honestly.
Let me come back to you with this question. The president appointed the vice president. I agree with you that that's the role of the vice president. But because in the past, other people are not saying, it's not that they don't know it. The early joining Sally, she's very educated, she knows the role of the vice president. But because they were some of them insecure that probably maybe the vice president should almost, people will be concentrating or looking at the vice president and the president. Some vice presidents in the other country are very influential, so they will try to minimize their function. I know that. So let's say this is a function, yes, but he had been appointed to the first was the LDC, and to settle about electricity issues in the country. And the second one was the yellow machine issue. And this is a third one. Are you seeing progress in the last president appointment by the president to chair a vote in the country?
Thank you, Afanso. I'm seeing 20% progress and 80% no progress. Now, why did I say so? The vice president is working. Yes, indeed, he went to China to inspect those places. But when I see the yellow machines in Liberia and when I see them operating, then I will give him that full credit. But for now, I cannot give him the full credit because I don't know whether the money has even been paid. The money has not been paid to those companies yet. He did a deal which brought the money figure down, but it has not been paid. So that means that the president is working, but then he has not reached to that extent that I would qualify to be 100% work. I'm taking it to be a 20% work right now. And I don't want to throw light on this quickly. Shadrach talk about the representative of Sano County today on the radio. You see, these people when they know about the governance, they'll not be saying these things. We give credit to this administration in as much as we give credit to the past administration, because in the past administration, all of the role budgets were signed on the past administration. So the role is it shouldn't be a strange thing to us. The reason why it is strange is because our government do not disclose information surrounding governance in the country. Therefore, we take them to be hero for their responsibility for the money we are paying them as fees, their salary, the taxpayer money that we give to them. They don't do the thing work for us. So they always want to take the glory. They want to seem like you. And the Constitution doesn't say that we are your employer. You can't come to us and make a daily report to us, but you're not doing it. But you want to take glory all of the time, which is wrong. Now, I appreciate this president. I appreciate giving the vice president the roles to do as a vice president, which is okay. He's not having any fear, like you said. The past administration have been having fear that when I give this president too much responsibility, tomorrow he will outshine me. So the president has no fear. He's giving the responsibility to the vice president to carry on his task and his responsibility. What I'm praying for is that when the vice president goes on the street, we want to see tobacco rice going down, even not to the days of Taylor, but at least the early days of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, where we used to buy tobacco rice maybe 1,800, depending on which type of rice you're buying. But right now, almost all the bag of rice price is same. So we're hoping and praying that we'll go back to those good old days where we can buy maybe 15 LD, or we can buy at least 1 time LD. It's very okay. We'll come back to that very immediately, effectively to settle down and
Before I can follow Cedra, let me say the prices of rice will not go down the way you're thinking because of the US rate. Because the prices still remain, if not it's the same, but the rate make the right price to go up. But if you
we got late.
Yeah.
Shut down and start running for me. Take your change. Give me any time. I'm begging.
Let me come to Sadra. Sadra, you know, we're talking. Please, we'll come to you, Chris. You will get your C on the air. We'll come to you. So,
just for disclaimer, yeah, because somebody texted me here for disclaimer. I don't like to take the bad side of the story always. I just love the discussion to be interactive. I don't want everybody coming here to accuse us that we are Unity Party people. We just look through the light and see the real thing. Shout out to the Unity Party, man. Sewity is a Unity Party, man. Efanso is a Unity Party, man. Junior is an independent person. And David Wuakor is a Unity Party, man. Chris is an independent person. So we are only two independent.
What made Chris independent?
Not independent. I'm independent person. I don't have no party. I'm independent.
For your correction, I'm not going to end up buying like prayer, please. I'm not. I will not be.
I'm not for Unity Party. I'm not.
Yeah, Sadra, let's come to you. Being a Unity Party,
I have my own party that I register with.
Yeah, thank you. Chris, man, please put that friend.
Yeah, I'm with you now. To have your
so let me say yesterday's statement by the president was a very good one, a plus for the country and also a promotion for the vice president. Let me just agree with you on the other side. We were born from the 80s to the 90s. We basic government, Taylor, Ellie, former president, we are up to president. None of them have come up openly to tell the public and the world at large I believe in my first person. I trust him dearly. Yes, indeed, they may say a closed door between each other or in a diplomatic no forum, but not in the communication what the entire world wants you. It's trust with first person. So for you to say another big deal, no. The reason it has not been happening in the past, which Alfonso thought, is some of them they are afraid that pressing too much your subordinates in the public. At the end of the day, they will feel that he didn't want to do the work for you. But the old man is bold. Let us go to the young mission where he said, until you see in the country before you get a vice president or credit. For something for equipment to be priced at a level, it is 7 million.
Alfonso,
Let me protect me.
I come here. Alfonso, I beg you, tell the man to say una lima una. Let the man say una lima una. Yeah, say your own. Shut up. Shut up,
Yeah,
I
but
beg you. Say
I say my own.
Yeah, lima
Just
una.
protect
Lima
me.
una. I beg you. That's why I say you need a party member. You know why I agree to the shoot.
I'm not, and I will not be.
Then say your own lima una. Shut up.
Yeah, but
There's a patriotic Liberian.
my brother, we always show you always disagree with people. All people you prefer know why you disagree with them. I disagree. I prefer why I disagree with you.
But Cedric is told before you never party maybe for the show, Cedric. What you want to deny to let Cedric?
No person. Chris, don't play nothing, please. I'm not. Yeah, I will not be. We here, put me on record. If I want to join party, I want to join the party, but I'm not joining the party in my life. And I'm on the platform, everybody see me. But I can affiliate with people based on their leadership ability. So, to the issue, for somebody to negotiate the price, it is 7 million to 22 million. It was a big plus to the country. I agree with that. We agree that team prices in the country is not okay. The first said, Junior, the time you bought resin 1,800 during charge to the time or early time. At that time, cost of production was different, and the rate at the time was different. So, looking at current economic crisis in the world, even if the price and what around the price will come down, it will not come down to that price talking about 1,500, 1,008. If it goes there, fine. We will operate more. But as the population grows, things increase along. Besides that, production costs yesterday, it was 10,000, for example, today it's 20,000. So the company will also add a percentage of that particular production cost to their product. So understand the low factors of bringing price down. What the person is saying is they have brought them carry. Also the issue, rights. They all know goods or products. But why is it that everything is still high? So there should be investigation to know. We told you bring rice in your country free of charge. You're not paying tax. Why are you still selling rice on $3,000? How much you buy across? And how many pay to bring in the country? You are paying $10 for tariff to free your right from the port. You said no, don't do it again. So minus $10, why is still 3,000? It can't go 2,000 or 2,500. These are things that the person was speaking of. So we will go across other products in name.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's go to you can't come in. Don't worry.
I have some meeting coming up. Also, I have Judah meeting coming up. And I'll chair the membership committee, so I will not stay long. Yeah, so can you play another my shop?
So
yeah, my shop.
To you, let him make a statement, then he can be, maybe he will be good. Yeah. Give you 2 minutes.
Okay, thank you. Let me say Central and my own dear good friend and brother. See whether I know we came a long way from the student community. And I know what you stand for. And I'm proud of you guys. I know politically, maybe the share your answer will be neutral, but again, you guys are good sons of Nima. And I'm proud of you guys, especially you moving all the rest of the people. I know where we came from. So to where Sergio spoke from, also the junior, I will look at it from a different perspective. Because when I said, the grow up, issue right now that we face around the world, not just Liberia. It had effect on those processes. That's why yesterday, when facing government in opposition, they hold those process issues that were critical also when we were telling them that we cannot restrict process in Liberia because we cannot produce those materials or those stuff in Liberia. And it was a big thing that they based on yesterday to put political sides or to say, oh, government not working. It continued here. He will try, the vice president will try, trust me, he will try. But Liberia cannot restrict the process of the rights to say we'll bring it down to the lowest. It will take something from all of you, maybe 25 cents or 50 cents. It will not go above dollars. Because those people buy the rice either in China or in India, for example, that is transport the rest of Liberia. In business, they say they got profit. Mention that. You make business, make profit. You don't make business to be a loser or to lose. So if the man buying couple, maybe one bag of rice in China, maybe it's $10, he pay maybe $4 or $3 to come to Liberia. Then he pay maybe to the free to the port, they pay the 25 cents or $1, and you need to get 25 cents as profit. So all these things take into consideration. So what the government should do, then before I wrote article before from the carry last year government, the president has to, the free port of Liberia is an issue. The free port of Liberia is an issue in our country. It's not a basic of people. For example, if I say car for America, for example, they're going to pay $1,500 to that port or $2,000. So some people prefer to send a car to Guinea. So the government should work on free port of Liberia. If those things are free port of Liberia is when I've been down to the process, then the sugar down infect people live in the community in Zogowi, in Tapeta, in Israel. They will feel the impact. And most people in Liberia still making due stuff heavy or more expensive. You will see the sugar down infect on the citizen. So I give to my own good big brother from Nima Jamakun, VP, get to people like Liberia, not get the market here. Go to people like Liberia, start from there because where the people coming from. And now the people are saying right in the store there, the people like Liberia. So go to people like Liberia, say with them, the machine that the free people, tell them on so cross. Whenever I come here, to be teacher free only, or if they pay $10, they pay $6, or they pay $5. Then the sugar that infect now people, the lowest or this other system will have to to enjoy the government. But if they're not happy, after that committee report, less than one more, it will go back to that same price up there. Jewelry rate still increasing. What they control how jewelry rate? If you tell them, say, oh man, better $7. Jewelry rate now bring less than 2 days, it go to $110 or $210 or $201. I know the jewelry rate keep increasing. Price will stay increasing like Liberia. So this thing on a VP or on whom the jewelry rate should come down, where on it, they be stable. Take your to control the jewelry rate like Liberia. The next thing is go to free people like Liberia, control the price for them. Then now you'll be able to control it like Liberia. Thank you, and I'll join you guys back. But I had good meeting coming here. I need to make a report to the leadership. Thank you. And see what we'll talk.
Thank you, Chris Lee. Thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome. Hope everything's fine. Welcome to the show, B. Mike Blue. Welcome to the show. Oh man, David, you got to get your 2 minutes here.
Okay, thank you. With listening to those speakers, I got completely different view about the president's speech. The president working with his relationship with the vice president, maybe to corrupt Liberia, is something that we cannot applaud that, because they are showing the public there's no anything that president and vice president do with public that the result the public can feed it is something citizens need to say yes, they're doing right. But working with both their relationship to corrupt the country, I don't think we can sit down here in the public manner and say, oh, they're doing great because well, they don't happen in the past. When it comes to, for me, even to prove what I just said is that the yellow machine issue is nothing that somebody should credit anybody. The yellow machine issue is something like taxpayer data, millions of taxpayer dollars going. The vice president leaving to go for negotiate for yellow machine with thousands of people is just waste of taxpayer dollars money. So it's nothing that somebody could even applaud them for that. And one of the speakers said that the money from 84 today was not a VP. We should not say that. It was Martin Colley who discovered their plot. That they were going to do Liberia, Joseph Barker government were going to do Liberia like $54 million. It was not a VP that discovered that, it was Martin Colley. Back to the president's speech yesterday, that the import tax is going down, while price going up. Those statements again, we cannot even, I don't know, why should he say that? The president of the country that had him of commerce minister, let me give you one example. Every goods that coming in the country, the government know the price they buying it. Nobody hiding. It's not a Dongafre market that rain really everybody got their own price. No. Everything got to pass through the Ministry of Commerce. If import price is going up, I mean it's going down, as the president he said, now say from his mouth, that's not and price go up, it's not true. Because why? How can you carry the import tax down, then prices go up? We understand that prices around the world is going up, but when you're fighting that your income tax, for example, one of the speakers said Liberian levy our free port to bring in goods from other port because of the import price, I mean tax is very high. So the president himself said is going low and prices going up. Is his government working? No. Because the import tax is going low in any other commodity, whether rice, whether sugar, whether flowers, those prices will definitely come down. It will definitely come down because let me give one old example. Sardine alone. Thousands of people order sardine those days in the 80s, in the 70s. And commerce know the price of sardine in Monrovia and the retail price out there. So they give the retail price. So a goods coming in, the government is not doing this, and they just more talk, they talk sweeting, and they're doing different things and talk sweeting. We shouldn't even applaud them for that. They are exploiting the citizen of the country. You cannot carry tax down and any commodity price go up. That's not true. He lying to us, to the public. If he's doing it, then why he cannot invite his Minister of Commerce?
Let me bring this one to your knowledge, where the importation of rice, free entries, of rice. People rice in Liberia, you will not pay anything to people, but yet and still rice price still remain the same. Is there a battle?
It's something that is impossible again. If the government give free, no tax on rice, they will give the price because they know how much the person buying that commodity, whether from China, from Indian, wheresoever they buying it, they will not have the price. They have to send their invoice to the government. The government had to examine it before they could even enter that rice or any other commodity in the country. So they are aware of that. You can't bring something that's a negotiation because the risk, if that story is true, and somebody buying rice $6, you cannot set a mold and you cannot set a mold and $10 in Liberia. The government will give them the price before they could bring it in. So if they say they agree that the free, duty free, and price go up, no, then of course they are not working.
Thank you.
If you go set up, I want to say something to my fellow quick.
For your point, old man. What's it?
Yeah, so let me somehow respectfully disagree with my dad this evening. Yeah.
Mhm.
So the government officially canceled tariff on rice. And now we know, say the exporting citizen. But this is what happens sometimes. The cancellation, it just happened, I think, a month or two ago. But look at the goods they brought in the country. The people pay tax already to bring the goods. They cannot finish. So in our process,
See,
I come in. I personally want to go buy rest. I did that before for me to know if it's true that rep is dropping as government no free I mean, I got canceled no tariff on rice. When I had a full guy to me say yes, it's true. The rapper was dropped more than this, but for now the goods you got in stock is more. Before they cancel, we got all pay for the goods to the port. So you see, so from sometimes even he said tomorrow when government no bring regulation, it don't take no effect immediately. It's a process that all no goods in the country, whatsoever the people will say that all goods are they all pay high tax for. When you finish on the new one you bring now, if you know cost, why didn't pay tax? Then the government will come in and say, look, we give you free importation rights. You can't sell it 3,000 again because before then it was you pay $5 for tax. You no longer pay $5. So it's not that you say the person is saying there to blaspheme the public. Maybe speculators agree that. Thank you.
Hey, you are saying something. I mean, I don't know whether you understand what you are saying. That individual thing is saying so. The president of the Republic of Liberia himself said the price on, I mean, the import tax is dropping. And you guys are saying that the tariffs on this is dropped. The government say it dropped today when the government announced it. We don't know when he announced it besides his yesterday's speech. But when government announced it today that effective as for today, goods are coming in. Blue on rice is duty free. It starts from that date. The businessmen that in there going to tell you my goods that they are going to sell all my goods before is it a personal thing they're doing or the government working? And what I said, they're not working. Because when government give order, the order is a broad-based thing. You
thank
see?
you. So one of our follower before we can go to sell with it, one of our text here, I think the text they all go in line with you, but David, but sometime maybe you let me read the text. It say Melvin J. Quay. I appreciate all of you for the show. I'm watching from Sueju City in Grandida County. I hear you discussing rice prices and other topics. My question is, have you forgotten that in Liberia there's no price control? We know that everyone sells their product how they want. Let me remind you all that Liberia will not return to the old price control system. Let's all work together to make Liberia a better country. Thank you. Thank you, Makwidi. I think Melvin J. Quee. Okay, thank you for your text. That's a sin. I mean, in fact, the press control issue is a thing. Everybody in the country had their own press control. I mean, they control their own price. You buy your cassava bed from somebody for 1,000. You can't you put it down the way you want to sell it and to make a profit. Other than that, government will not come in to do that. That one is true. We know that. Siawete.
Thank you. For me, I want to stick to the question you asked, why it is true. Others are making their position. I think there was definitely a question asked regarding the president speech yesterday, subsequently appointing the vice president on the presidential committee to look into prices and also handle the bread and butter issue. I mean, let me keep saying President Bouaga that I personally know is a sincere man. That's why he will always listen to the citizens. You saw that in previous government, vice presidents are not been given the opportunity and leverage that have been given to this current vice president. And you and I follow government in succession, know that they are not being given a space and listening to other people arguing that they know is the work of the vice president. Mind you, it comes with
Can you go on? You can mute your mic. The background is sounding okay, please.
yeah, the president the president The constitution says the vice president is there to assist. I mean, at that point, who gave the authorization to the vice president? It is the president. So President Bouaga trusts his current vice president, mind you, President Bouaga, quote unquote, was a packer. And in previous government, we saw vice president, they could not even get gas slip to move. There were other, disagreement along the way. They've been stagnated. They don't move. I mean, you just saw them with syringes going back home. But this government listen to the people. And few things I want us to reflect on a little. Since this government in session, you get to know that the relationship is very cordial with his boss. And you saw that when the president appointed also the vice president on the steering committee of electricity, you saw the progress that electricity is taking now in the country. Right now, you go to the southeast, Riversers, Yapastan, Sino, and the rest of the counties. Those were retreats that were done in Ganta. Policy document was drafted before the new managing director came in, and being that he also got experience, today you see that he's moving on that path. Those are working on the vice president. He's a businessman. He know the value for money. That's another thing. And you saw also when the issue of the yellow machine, I listened to one of the speakers, if I may be correct, the old man, he said, oh, it was Martin Colley. The vice president, when he spoke to the president, he said, because, government is not one person thing. And so we sit on the show, for example, we sit there as panelists, we got hosts, we got CEO. It requires all of us knowledge to get a show to where it's going, to get a platform to where it's going. Government is not one person. The president sits up there and there are branches. He alone cannot do everything. You saw how the yellow machine was celebrated because Liberian need rose. That was the reason. And at the end of the day, when the president, mind you, the vice president also have been in the business of purchasing cars and yellow machine and what have you. He got someone a fund. That's how the president, he had a conversation with the president appointed him, and today Vice President Jeremiah Kun saved the government of over $60 million, right? When he started that committee, what it shows to us is, yeah. So through his business idea, if you look at the president's speech, what he said yesterday, someone that I deeply trust. So that means he has given this gentleman tax. He has performed. He has performed to the expectation of a boss. And that's the kind of relationship we want. And right now, the vice president is also representing the president in Addis Ababa. I mean, there are a lot of work, the vice president, and these are things we want for the country. We don't want a country where, the president, and mind you, the president said in a few months, if people come to my government, they feel that they are thinking of 2029, you got to leave. So President Bouaga is not thinking of 2029 or 2010 or 20. No. His focus is how Liberia as a country can benefit from his stewardship. Carrying you to the issue of the rice prices, in fact, the prices, my brother, the issue of rice used to be in the southeast for 5,500. Right now, due to the tariff drop on rice is right now in the southeast for 3,400, according to the lawmaker in Sino. Mind you, those are distances. From Morovia to Sino is distant. So gradually, you won't see all these things just change within one day. Room will not be one day. It is a process. And mind you, what is happening is a global thing. It's not only Liberia. Even you guys who live in the United States, you don't tell me prices of those things are all bread and butter. No, everyone affecting the domestic economy. Everywhere, the factor of production is an issue. Everywhere. So Liberia as a country, I think President Boaka and his government, they are making strides, and we pray that, and those decisions will also have a trickle-down effect. The prices of rice now, in the next few months, we'll see changes as we speak. Over 3 point some more million ton petroleum is now entering the country. Those are bread and butter issue as well, because petroleum is one of the key commodity that is used on a daily basis. And we describe those commodities as well political commodity, because that's why you see rice, petroleum. You see, rice was one of the issues that brought about the riot in this country from 1980 or something like that. So the issue of rice, gas, or petroleum, if the government is looking right now, people buy gas in Morovia around 600, 550. The highest will be 800. So there's progress. There's progress. Right now, I mean, all of those things, the flour, you look at right now the war in Ukraine should be one of the higher producer of those commodities, the flour, wheat. That's where it comes from. You got war going on there. You see in the Middle East, Russia, all these places, everywhere there are challenges with economy. If you do your price analysis with rice price, for where I went to school, for example, in East Africa, you buy rice, for example, around like $35 to $40 per bag. But Liberia, we buy rice for $15 to $18, the higher amount. We are never reached to $20. No. So I mean, we are doing pretty good as a country. Gradually we'll get there. Thank you.
5 kg or 50 kg.
What? 25 kg? Ask John how much he buy rice in East Africa, and he'll tell you. Ask him. I'm a witness. You want to eat the best rice, you be paying around $45 to $50. I'm telling you something very serious.
Thank you very much. Now, though in some region, Liberia is one of the countries that have the least price of commodities, on the market. So that is real. The country is poor. People are jobless, so people need things to drop the way. And the only way things will drop for me personally is 10% in Liberia is not bad, but the only way we drop is a US rate. That's it. Foreign exchange is the problem of our country right now. As you look at it, and you notice the government say, oh yes, the US rate should go to 150. Automatically rise price, everything going down. Every day going 195, 200, 195, 200, 198. Price will continue to go that way until it can drop to a certain level. If the central bank can take the bold step to say, okay, we can take the loss, no problem, but US rate should go down to 150. Left for 30 days, US rate from 25 going all the way to 50. At least it was around there. People used to buy even 50 kg. We used to buy 750. So get to know when Papine used to come from inland and buy that BB bag already, that bottle red. How you call that bottle red? We get brown one and the white one. So go buy the rice, the bags, and it's 50 kg. It will buy it for 750. It was looking huge, and but for early to just come to power and bring 25 kg, you start buying it for 1,005 later with 2,000 and start claiming up. People were surprised.
Also, you need to understand the issue about time, and you need to understand the global recession as well. This problem is everywhere in the world. Even you that says that what you compare Barack Obama era and that of Jimmy Carter era with this current era. So I mean, people discuss economic issue only on the basis of politics. That's the problem. People don't speak with honesty. That's my problem with most people. In America right now, prices before is not the prices today because of one, the issue of population. Two, conflict in the globe. Also
can I address CRT?
Yes.
Let me give you 1 minute to talk to address CRT. Then we can move.
Yeah, CRT. We are sitting here. I'm sitting here, and we're from Africa, Liberia. We border with Ivory Coast. We border with Guinea. We got Uganda that was in war like us too. We got Botswana. We got South Africa. We got South Sudan. To name all. Say that again.
From the people your background is, you know, it get feedback.
Oh, okay. We're from Africa, and these countries that we're naming right there in Ivory Coast. And of them, even in Ghana, you wonder today, any of their citizens here that the vice president going to go negotiate for yellow machine is a shame. Taking millions of taxpayer dollars to waste it that way is a shame. Completely, it's a shame for somebody to praise somebody for it. I don't know how you praise somebody for taking millions of dollars to go negotiate that you will not even bring result. It's a shame. And
so
again, you said, it was the vice president that saved the country from that their corrupt practices when they enter government. That's why it's getting its force. Because the government led by Joseph Boakai himself now out 275 yellow machine, and the price they gave the Liberian people, taxpayer dollar, was $84 million. It was not Jeremiah that discovered the corrupt practices. It was through Martin Cody who brought us topics out, and when they came back for him to find out how much the cost of that machine was, that what today they are not getting that machine, but they all agreed to juke the country like what the past and present always do. So nobody should sit here and say it was the vice president that saved the country. No, who going to believe that? People around you taking millions of dollars again to go to China. You could even use the country since we don't have money, the country don't have money, they could use small business. We got some Liberian there that go to China all the time.
Thank you.
The government had used them, they will not even spend 50,000 or even 25,000 to go negotiate for those things. They use small business, they will not even use that. But vice president going with those group that millions of dollars, taxpayer dollars, just when you just wasted for nothing, and you sit here and praise them for doing that.
Take time to discuss that.
So that's not fair. But when it comes to price, it was the president who announced to the public that the tax on input is going down. So when it's going down, he got a comment ministry there, and they will give all price. The only person I agree with is the person that wrote that text I just read, that the government is not working. Everybody got their own price in hand. Maybe we'll agree with that.
Thank you. Okay. Jion, welcome back to the show. B Magdon, welcome back. I know that Jion, the two of you and Yelesa, welcome to the show. After enjoy, you know, when people graduate now, they get a leave master. You see that
that wedding on in African gown.
That man are so don't mind all that degree. The men are so.
My see, I please respect here tonight. Beg you.
That's so. I say bishop or in the inland church, so I beg you.
Then he wear the two country cloth. Anyway, let's leave it.
When in a minute, ready to phone out again, phone out. Yeah, ask you what they will tell you how they can phone out.
You just said I saw in law the minute. Oh, that thing. Anyway, we want to go to the district to start discussing about B Magdon. Thank you very much. I will want for both of you together. 1 minute 30 seconds, 1 minute 30 seconds each on the topic. The Independence Day yesterday. I want you to get view on it. With B Magdon, they will go to 30 seconds. They will move to Buya.
Thank you. Again, I want to say good day to all of you in your various locations. We are happy that we are all here tonight to be able to discuss national, county, and district issue. You know, I get surprised when Charity is saying the issue of price escalating, being followed by people who are discussing it in public glare is of politics. These were same things that people said to remove George Weah from power. That the price of commodity high. Right there in Ban, I will show you the video. Okun himself said that Bego Repre was down, Dream Manasari down to 1,800. Nana, the president go way down to 2,006. They put say, and he said they're going to bring the price down to 1,500. So since we all kept about 15,000 from 2023 up to now for all the buy 10 Bego Railway to cook it, the president will come down to 1,500. You know, the good thing is all of us getting to notice that most of the things are politics. And people will say it to our people and they will buy the ideas and give them the power. Like my brother was just talking, he said the prices of commodity not what matter in this country, but the price of US, the rate of US have been the issue that are affecting us. We are down rescuing down all the way to 2,360,000, 2,350. The reason was just come up. The US will stay at 16. I mean, the price of rice will stay at $12. And then the rate was at 150 for 4 consecutive years on Samuel 12 regime. So now that the US, I mean, the rice price has dropped, if the finance minister fight hard that the US come down to the same 150, we will buy back or rest also in the 2002. It won't be the same thing. When the election was coming out, US went back to 188. The bag of rest price start coming up. So because they brought the bag of rest price down, a cattle guys angry. They went to put all their rest in stock and like the place and they said rest finish. Based on that, some of us even went to Guinea to find food and alcohol of going to get rest from there and bring it to Liberia. And the president had to get on his feet and then when they open the warehouses and the rest start coming out. Like the people that were discussing the issue of the yellow machine, it was crystal clear that there was a vice president who sat with those who wanted to go buy the machine from the angle of the government, but not the angle of those who they were going to buy the machine from. Those guys are talking about 86 million to be able to secure the 285 pieces of machine. So Kun himself been buying machine, he had to call most of his guys that he been working, making business with, and they started discussing the price, and they came down all the way to 26 million. Could you imagine from 86 million to 26 million, he was saving the country from almost close to 60 million. And then how you call those guys back that why you people are saying concerning the price? They started coming down, they came all the way to 40. And Kun had to speak to the president putting ahead of that committee. That's how the investigation was done, and they went into the price negotiation. So hopefully by October, November, when they pay the first money, when our budget passed, when they pay the first money, the guys will be producing the machine because you have to pay the money before they start producing the machine. They'll be producing the machine to come. So clearly that one was out of politics. It was Kun are there because he had a business partner that brought the price down. But those who are working in government, starting from the Minister of States to go down, public procurement, finance minister, all the people who were having their entity to go or the administrator to go and do the negotiation, they brought about the 86 million, and then the vice president had to do background negotiation and it came down to that price. So the issue of taking the vice president to gain a responsibility is not a bad thing. If you don't want your government to spoil, anybody that you trust, that you know the person self will also be thinking about better future, you can use the person. With the only thing we have a little problem with the orator's statement not in public glare. What the orator said, if it was harmful to Liberia or it was good to Liberia, it's not in public glare. But the issue of going to negotiate or to investigate prices cannot be the alma mater of the day. Who knows that if the prices of commodity importation duties cannot be able to go down by the government, the price will not go down. You only talk, you put fear in the people 1 or 2 days, the next day they will carry that commodity off. So you not producing steel oil. Since Seti brother told us we are going to produce steel oil, The first thing, the quality of zinc that they're producing, go look at it.
Maglo, thank you. Thank you. I know when you come, you want to take almost every time. So what they call the network.
Zinc on the ones afterwards, they can turn ratty. You see different things going, coming to make the zinc rusted. So let us reduce the duty price or the rate of duty for the importation of goods, and then we'll see what we can after a next. We used to buy carton of tar for $12. The tar I use on my house in 2011. I bought 900 carton of tar because I was putting tar all around my house and in the house. We bought it $12. And they start to manage it until today people start going China, other places bringing tar and taking that to $6. So now it now so now $4.50. The cereal too, instead of it going down, and cereal going up. Cement going down, and cement going up because when I buy my house, I bought cement for $5.50 in 2011. But now cement going up to $9. So we had to check. And they said cement go also the brother is also the guy from Beer Mountain, from Bombing Way there, Western Cluster. They are producing cement and passing it through Joseph Bagason to sell it on the world market. So all of those things need to be investigated. Then we can see how our price can go down. So people, for them to take the vice president to go after the negotiation is not a bad thing because people who will go there, their story that they will bring out, it will not help the Liberian people. They think it's not about government, it's about the Liberian people. But if Coons goes there, because he campaign on the basis of bringing things prices down, he will go further and make sure that he talk to those investors how the way forward can be done, that those goods prices will come down. So I appreciate Bagger to carry Kun as a person to steer the committee to do that. But I know everything that we are doing in this country that they were campaigning against, these are the same thing they're doing. They want big market hall, they want big road, they want big school, they want big hospital, they want big clinic. And those things we have did all. But it was still buying the ears of people because he danced on the floor. So now everybody dancing on the floor now. So everybody has taken the same route. So that's going to take on the issue.
Thank you, B. Maglo. Thank you. The day you want to give B. Maglo 1 minute, 30 seconds, you tell you I give you 50 seconds. Then I think you take 2 minutes. Yeah, you know, sir, you are there. You know, sir, can get your view on the I said 1 minute, 30 seconds. Don't be there, B. Maglo.
You know, thank you. I've been following the show for quite a while now. You know, they see how many they can't respect time. Not their problem. But the orator in the program yesterday was a successful one. What all was said yesterday, it was strictly on point. Even the president's statement was also a one that I admire a lot. You know, I started listening to a couple of speakers. Our old man spoke about in fact, in general, probably he assumed that the government is not doing well. But I would say the government is doing something better that we can attest to. Though it's not 100%, but where we are now as compared to back then, things are getting a little bit better in Liberia. We don't have to always be negative about how things are in the country, maybe because of my candidate is not the one who is taking the lead. Even if the very candidate you support gets into power, the same thing we're talking now will be able to say the same thing. And there's a saying I always says that whenever the man is still alive, give that flowers that belongs to him or her. The issue of the VP, you know, Bwaka was very strategic by bringing on board VP Kun. Kun is a very young, vibrant, business-oriented politician. He understands in the Liberian politics, the terrain management. So it was very much strategic for the president to say, Kun, come and work with me. And bringing him on board to negotiate was something excellent that we were talking about $80 some million. Now we're talking about somewhere uh, close to 40 or maybe 20 range. That's a very good
26,
uh,
26,
26.
26.
Yeah, that's a very good range that the flowers have to be given to He Kum. On an average, Liberia is getting there. One thing I would like to agree with my old man here is that uh, the Freeport of Monrovia still got work to do. But aside from that, I disagree with what he said. But the Freeport of Monrovia is a place that will have to really work. Works need to be done down there. That commodities that comes in, goods that comes in, will not be a problem for people to get them. Common example, we here, you ship things back home. To get it from the Freeport of Monrovia, it's a problem because everybody wants to chop. Instead of
Yeah,
it
we
being
are
like a very
OOI in this
straight
area.
thing that you will go down there and just pay what you have to pay and get your goods out, you have to go through the ministry or the other minister, the other one say, "My man, I've been working for you all through." All those things, it hike prices in our country. And I think
You
that
do not
we
done by
still
it.
got work to do. See, I believe me, I beg you.
But if
And
country are not done by
again,
it, will be oh guy to people here you want for both to allow to get into the country free.
and again, the US rate, though it is coming down, and on an average, the US rate fluctuates. But the US rate have to be is something that really needs to be looked at in a very serious manner because if we have the rate coming down, then all those things we're talking about, goods, the prices, things will be better in our country. Our little people down the line to the CR home and other places will be able to get to feed the impact we're talking about. But he we're talking right now, the CR man we're talking during his time, US rate our 200 and change. Then he talking about we bringing all car in the country. We're bringing all car in the country for our people to ride car because you all know time you didn't bring car. Now we the one bringing the car now. So thank you, Alfonso.
Thank you very much, John. You going to mute me, man. How you be muting the moderator now? Yeah, thank you very much for for your comment. I like it. I like every view for all of you. John, we will be going to the district for maybe 30 minutes. Then we can give our party comment and leave. Um, the senator of Nima, senator elect. Now, me say let's say the newly elected senator. Samuel Koga today was interviewed by Voice of Compa, meaning they really going to be in here about the election in Buyao. He discussed so many issues about Nimba, unity, and other things, people appointed in your office and other stuff. But my concern went to the question when they asked him about Buyao election. He talked about he want to remain neutral in the election because of something we discussed here earlier that from the onset almost all of those in the race supported him, and coming to this point where he tried talking with them to pay a potential maybe that the chiefdom to put out one candidate each that it did not work for, to come now in the space and support one person, the other people might feel the other way. So thought it has to remain neutral for this by-election until 2029 that he will be taking a side. So is that point he raised, actually going down well with you, the panelists here, or what do you make of it? Let me start. Politician mean the youth small. Let me start with the old man first, then I can come to you. Pat David, how do you make of the statement from Koga?
Well, thank you. We cannot define what he means, because previous statement from him too was he was going to tell people of Buyao who Buyao should follow. And to me, he did. He did not appoint it according to what I heard this story, because anything I hear here from you guys that happy on, you're the journalist, it means something that you got record for. That he told people on Yole, especially that this time y'all leave the race, including his brother Jackson Yu. So they did not listen to him, and he cannot force it. I will agree with him now that he's saying that I'll remain neutral, because his voice is not kind, especially for his own, and in his own clan, his voice was not kind. Which, of course, if they had agreed with him at the time, they were going to be a great one. But he did, but his voice did not kind. That's my personal view right there. So I agree with him when he said he will remain neutral. Truly speaking, I agree with him. When it comes to Buyao election, with my opening statement before getting on the show today, I told you guys that I read something about one of the candidates. And it's very important that we from Buyao investigate these things that we're reading. We shouldn't just overlook it. Although, truly speaking, it's Liberia that people did not care about the characters of the person. Truly speaking, Liberians don't care. But we'll say when we see it, we'll talk about it. When I say Liberia did not care about character, is that man like Kufa was indicted, sent to jail in this country, and Liberia followed him. They got Minister Magay that was sanctioned today. Liberian voted for him, but still the list go on and on. But in our district too, we read something that about one of the candidates. The name is Cole Prince Williams. The document said Cole Prince Williams was living in America, to be specific, in New Jersey. Those days he had a history of a criminal history when he was living there, and he was charged in this country. But we'll have to bring it out. We'll continue to bring something like that. So we want us to, to tell you guys, to tell the people of Buyao to where he is, so he can tell whether those stories that coming are those. Some of them will deny, but we are saying we fact the document can come, the code to the date. Since this thing happened, it started happening since 2014, 15. And it majorly started in one restaurant that he went and he hold somebody on a gun, like 15,000. He had a gun and attacked somebody to take this money. Those records are there, his charges are there. So when we read it, I'm like, I'm glad that BTS radio station is called Buyao. We have to bring this thing out. This guy name mentioned here, he one of the principal candidates in Buyao right now. And anybody elected on the 12th of August will be the representative for Buyao and for Nima County and for Liberia. So I don't know. We don't check people's background, but when we hear story about them, we need to invite them to tell us his own story in his own word, how true and false this story are. So, any of we, like I always told you that when I entered this radio, the media, since the election is not over yet, we'll continue to talk about Jackson Yu all the time. The city of Buyao, the reason why we continue to talk about Jackson Yu is that, coming from the same quarter, Buyao belonged to Nyole, Nikwa, Biole, Yaole, Wile. We need new voice. Those of you who listening, especially the voters that are listening to our voice, we are asking you people, if you're listening to us today, yesterday, and today and tomorrow, not to vote for Jackson Yo. We're very happy right now that our message is gaining ground. Jackson Yo and said, I don't know him, but when you call him now, he will tell you, because the message is gaining ground right now, that quarter alone will not be somebody, there will not be a quarter to produce our leader in Muya. We need another verse, because in Liberia, the reason we gave him is two. The present senator and our late senator, both of them used to have problem, and it used to affect the district. Now that Jackson Yuan did not respect, he don't have respect for our present senator, Kogak, and he is elected a representative for that district, the people of that district will continue to call them to talk between them. So instead of doing that, and as they talk between them, the district is continuing to drain down. So this is the time that you, the voter in that district, to fight for that district and drop your vote from Jackson Yo to somebody else.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Each time we come on the show, let us be restricted to the discussion. At least when we can have our closing argument or something, we can add extra thing. Maybe we want to, maybe no problem, so that we can be, with the time. To you, yeah, let's hear from you. The Matidi Mene Binando. Yeah, let's go to you with this. The issue of Koga remaining neutral in the election. Do you think it's possible?
All right, so Senator Koga.
If I'm going to play media, we'll keep giving that kind of. Okay, go ahead, Chief.
All right, so Senator Koga, he's one of the smartest politicians in Liberia and Nimba. Koga said what he said today, that he remain neutral in the Nimba politics. I, for one, think that is a public statement, but he is trying to save himself from the discussion that will come after, or the discussion that will come towards him as to whether he did pick and choose when all other candidates contesting now supported him back then. Whether his statement is genuine or not is solely up to him. But I, for once, will hold him by his word. As he stated today, he remains neutral. And frankly speaking, all those guys, the contestants in District Number 5, are people that he has, that have all supported him, and that he knew almost most of them. So, so far, I think the only person that said on the show the last time that he's not close to the senator is the Cole Williams guy. But besides that, almost all of those guys are people that have interacted with him one point or the other. So for him to come out today and say he's neutral into this race, I will give him his credit, and I want to hold him to his feet. As he mentioned today, his neutrality should stand and not say, let me say it out there and then be doing his undercover thing. He's a title man. I give him that respect, and I hold him in high esteem. And what he said today, I'm watching out, because, nothing high in the Liberian politics. If Koga goes beyond back and do something or the contrary, maybe he be supporting somebody undercover there, we will still hear the story and will backfire on him. But I hold him to his word. And I believe that he will stand by what he says today, that he remains neutral, and his neutrality should stand in District Number 5 until after August 12th. Thank you.
Thank you, John. How can somebody remain neutral when a person is part of an institution that is supporting or putting out a candidate? How do that person, seem to be neutral?
But we discussed this the last time.
Asking John, not you now.
Thank you, Afanso. I think it's my 3 minutes to use. See, I will be blunt with the issue, right?
Yeah.
Koga is not acting like a politician.
You say 3 minutes? Yeah.
Yeah.
How many minutes again? I beg you.
Magron, Nana, more than adequate TK way. Yeah, that's why you are protected.
Okay.
You see, 2 minutes 30 seconds.
Something need a mark. Today your background feedback is very bad. Why they got fan blowing or what? I don't know.
All right, thank you, Afanso. Thank you. You see, the senator took his decision. That's personal. But when I was listening to really today, that one question I wanted for him to ask, and I think how you call him, B. Mark Bloom asked that question here before on the show. Will you be voting in the by-election since you say you are remaining neutral? If he say yes, then I will question him more. Now, you see, the senator, everybody supported the senator during this by-election against Mark Bloom, the one that he beat Mark Bloom in. Now, they didn't support him because...
I illuminate of what you...
Man, let me finish now, I beg you.
Y'all be the man.
So the only reason those people supported the senator was they needed a job. Now, they didn't support him because they needed his support. We should lead by example. Senator Koga is not bigger than the MDR political party. If MDR political party is listening to us right now, I believe that the senator should be suspended from the political party until after the election. Because you cannot be in an institution which is a political institution, not a charity organization or a non-political organization, but rather a political organization that gives you a mandate to carry out. Then you say you cannot carry out that mandate because you want to stay neutral. When I listened to him today, he also said that when he goes to the district, the election will be corrupted, which I believe that it won't. Now, you got to stand out. So if I'm having a relationship with Mark Bloom and also having a relationship with Senator Koga, and tomorrow in a democratic process, where I say I'm staying neutral in the process, that I will not support any of them, I got to choose. Now, we know all these people, they are your children, right? We understand the fact that they are your children. But in as much as you got all of your children going for the same thing, you got to decide to say, yes, you will be the best to represent me out there. But he's not doing it. So I think this decision lies within the hands of the MDR political party. And I'm urging the MDR political party, if they are listening, they should suspend Samuel Gwangme Koga. Before Samuel take on to that political party, people had a lot of criticism about him, that he's a betrayer. He has once betrayed the founder of that political party. And as he's going back again, he will still betray the political party. And I want to stand with those people that said that, because this is a complete betrayal. Once it is not in your shoes, you cannot fight for it, then it means he doesn't love the people of District 5. If Samuel Gwangme Koga actually loved the people of District 5, he would have showed them the way, because he's one of the, let's just say, the senior person for the entire district right now. So he will be the one to show the way. So if he's not showing the way to the people of District 5, then he's not doing the right thing. And I want to call on MDR political party to suspend Samuel Gwangme Koga. I'm not a politician, but I'm saying my opinion on this issue. Staying out of this is wrong. They asked me about Jackson. You and Jackson, you are traditionally related. You can go against him. Does it mean that it is because of Jackson that you are not going in a race? He said no. So I want to believe that it is because of Jackson that he's not going there to campaign. Because if he go to the campaign and he campaigning against Jackson, traditionally it will be bad for him. That's the reason he's staying out. But you cannot. This is it. You got to do what you're supposed to do. So,
you. Thank
Kwame Koga, you got to do what you're supposed to do, my chief. You got to go in the district campaign for Porter. Porter is your candidate. If you cannot do that, then I think 2029, the people of Nima shouldn't trust you anymore to give you that position you get. Maybe Mark Bloom can flock you. Thank you, chief.
thank you, Alaya. And I say, even though Magblue, not Magblue, I don't they be almost 5 candidates plus Magblue. Yeah, so that this just a Magblue and that man. But anyway, Sadra, I want to say this. I'm coming to you with this. MDR will be maybe launching their full campaign in the
We discussing politics. You don't be calling we a politician. You talking about artist, man.
Mark, when we get politicians, man, you know from Booyah or Becky, man. Why?
Will Koga as a senator on the party ticket not attend that particular launch in Booyah in the that launch, will he not attend it? So meaning neutral, will he not attend any other activities in the election? Is that what he's saying?
All right, Efanso. From the beginning of the particular show with the Booyah election, pertaining to Senator Koga, I said it before, and I stand by it, and I always say it. I even told you guys that the deception was detected. The detective, no deception, he applied. Why? Senator Koga, like somebody said, you were overwhelmingly and on a white ballot, on a party ticket, and you officially joined the party. Why will you tell the party I cannot support a candidate, I will be neutral because I don't want anybody to feel bad about me? That one is bad leadership in the first place. Because if you cancel direction, you are not a leader. Number one. 2, Senator Koga attempted bringing somebody on the party ticket. But because the person was not chosen, he withdrew his support from the chosen candidate of that particular party, which is quarter today. He admitted, yes, I carry on Mekuwa to contest on the party ticket, but they rejected him. So because they rejected the person you brought, it means you can't work with the party. That is no deception. Let's be clear here. He's my senator. I respect him. I have nothing against him. But to be bold in your face, I will tell you it. Number 2, I said it on the show. Senator Koga is supporting 3 persons in our race in Booyah. He's playing a smart game. He's hoping that Jackson you will win. That's why he fought another candidate in the Negro belt to reduce quarter vote, which is Barry Badier. And they empower him. But I'm not thinking about that by-election. They coming to that election, it was article instrumental. It was supported by Senator Koga and St. Brown. He passed to St. Brown was someone to support Barry opening it because they in the same group. So people feel that St. Brown supporting Barry Badier, but it's Koga no article idea there. In doing that, for Jackson, you got more edge on all the candidates because all the claims they produce 4, 5 candidates, 2, 3 candidates. Under Jackson, you got the best chance in your belt. And we know our election is regional. No matter what you do, in Liberia here, as large, election in this country is regional. So he played a smart game so that his crescent will remain in our power. Then they feel that they get the power in the district, and then they say it's the final. That's the game he played. So coming to a deception, it's clear that he deceived the MDR people. If I part of that party, I recommend suspension that Dion said. You need to be suspended from the party till you clear this out. You can't betray the people at other age, but other states rather, then you expect them to work with you in the future. Who trusts you? Who will trust you tomorrow or the after? No one knows the next step in terms of political decision. If people that are made today, they are hamstring your mouth feeding you, if you can deceive them tomorrow, when you man on your own, what you will do? You will speak any way you feel like. Let me real here. Nothing here to follow her. Somebody will look to a leader face and know telling the truth. You don't like me, let me find. The good thing I don't go to know people how they pick me food and eat. So I'll be bold. Thank you.
Thank you, Sadra. Thank you very much. You think Samuel Koga his act is a betrayal to the party, do you think he will go on the party launch in Buyao?
Well, thank you, Alfonso. Before I dive into the discussion, I just want to break this news that the government of Liberia has been qualified for the MCC compact, and Liberia is being qualified for 500 million. You know, we were working on that document last year when President Trump.
That job we are project that thing.
Congratulations, President George. We are project there. Let President congratulate George.
Thank you.
That thing job we have said is cool. You can try everything.
So the thing is,
my Bruno, I your project. My Bruno, I your project. Please don't disturb here.
Maybe Mike and you don't know where the qualification of the compact came from anyway. But as a matter of fact,
who started the implementation?
Who started the implementation? No, listen. The scorecard for.
Well, I'm only saying that news every time I think every year you can buy so that
no. Mark, then you need to read now. The first thing to be qualified for the MCC is not automatic.
We know it's not automatic.
Get to know that it's not automatic.
Yeah, I know. Who started the process? Who started the process?
Which one got started now?
You see,
Liberia will not qualify from 2018 to 2019, 2020, 2021 up to.
That man are not Jeremy Pia. They go ahead and just show you. Not Jeremy Pia. Jeremy Pia job you won't do that.
No, that's not Jeremy Pia. I'm giving you informed.
You sound more than information in this guy. Mike, we're not talking about your CDC building here tonight.
So the thing is.
We're talking about UP progress.
The progress that we got now, I don't know.
Not UP progress, government progress, not UP.
The government last year, 2024.
There will not say anything from really. There will be all on the tree distinguished. You will divide our money and more. You say you go to Dubai, you will be 10 million project.
The first thing we want to applaud the US government, also the government of the Republic of Liberia. The first thing they compact, there are criteria set for government to be qualified. 20, at least out of 10 to 12, and those things that you need to do to be qualified, the rule of law, civil liberty, freedom of information, all these things the government is doing it. And when you check the scorecard, Liberia passed. That's what made Liberia to be qualified. So it's not an issue about President Weah project. It's far below. So that's not an argument. Thank you. With the issue of Senator Koga, Senator Koga is a politician. Right there, like USS said, politicians try to predict what will happen in the next few weeks or months to come. On Koga, from the interview I listened to today, there were a lot of critical questions I was asked by Rede. And Rede was very, very critical. And he smartly answered those questions as a politician. Mind you, from what I see from Koga is that he sees that the election in Buyao is a kind of difficult to predict the winner. And from the beginning, he supported Honorable Menkwa to go on the party ticket. But then at the end of the day, the MDR guys, they selected Koto because there was no primary, in fact. So I want you people to understand this today. There was no primary. There was selection made. Because primary is where 2 or 3 candidates will go to competition and people vote and make decision. Why it is true there are consensus, or it was their decision on the doctrine of the party. So on Koga being a politician, I think he tried to play a smart game and to get himself out of the Buyao election as it is. And that is right.
Do you think he totally out of it?
How do I determine? The honorable have made a position very clear.
He just said
on numerous occasions on the radio.
You know already. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, for me, I don't want to preempt or pre-judge Honorable Koga, he had made a position very clear. And I'm not seeing, like he said today, most of his guys.
You said he took somebody for primary, but the person failed, and then he withdrew.
Yeah, that's why he said from the beginning. You listen to radio, he said yes, it was. You know, that is the past. But as we speak, most of the people in the race, they are all, and you know, my brother, and they supported me during this going election. And another thing he highlight is that the election in Buyao is very critical because all of them, and you know, all the guys in the election, they supported. I mean, political pundits will have the view on how the election is playing in Buyao. Equally, Honorable Koga too is also playing. Another argument you guys are bringing, the party. I mean, the party is there. Politics, my brother, like someone said, is not made birthday conference. Politics is a game. A lot of things are playing. People, we just discussing it on the surface, but a lot of things are playing. Man, the same party will feature on Okoga internet on the now, whether you take it or leave it. But the thing is, what he want to protect is his relationship with most of these guys. You'll still be going back to the district. So he want to, from that situation now, he asked all the guys in the election, that means they remain neutral, but man, you will not remain neutral. The men will go and vote. There's someone that one of the speakers said they should have asked him whether he will vote. They did not ask him. And actually, I was very keen whether he was going to vote, right? So I mean, the issue, the election in District 5, I can tell you for free that Honorable Koga is playing a smart game as a politician, and he will benefit from that at the end of the day because he don't want to take responsibility. If he takes a side in this election, to me, most of the candidates will feel betrayed because that was not a deal. Man, you from the beginning, they said if now we're going to present a candidate.
Let me ask you, he carry a box to the party. If the party accepted a Gus, are we not taking a sir?
Well, that's why he answered smartly today that from the beginning, he intended to do, but later on, when the party made decision, he decided, to remain mute. So who told you? Even if because of going to party, you are.
Thank you.
No, Sandra is asking me.
Yeah. So please, let be clear here. You said somebody said from the beginning or after the election. So if you knew that you want to be neutral among your brothers, you should have pronounced it from the beginning, and not after you were attempted to carry somebody person you are
I like the word attempted. Lord, that word attempted. If you attempt to do something and don't do, what's the injury cause for you? That's why he's saying he's not supporting a candidate.
Supporting one individual among the team.
No, he's not supporting a candidate, Sadra.
Akami, let me make this clear, right? Now, attempt legally constitute a crime. An attempt constitute a crime. So once you
that's why I said we are not doing RGS. That's why I said we're not doing RGS. Koga did not even attend. Koga got straight there to the party. Koga announced God in Zvedru. Koga came on Koba and announced God. Koga went to the primary and announced God. Not attend.
Yeah, it was not announced. How you say announced?
You shot me.
You announced the man.
You were not announced. God was not announced. He was in the process. He attempted. So it is lawyer there say attempt. That means someone went to the process. Then no, the attempt you want to carry to rape, attempted rape, then it become a crime.
No,
but what we're discussing is abstract.
No, in all cases, forget about rape. Even in the murder, in every case, civil case, criminal case.
Those are abstract narration. We don't do that.
No, we all saw the attempt that Koga did. Koga went there publicly. Why did Koga not come up publicly to say, I'm supporting this person? The great Senator Johnson we had in Nima, he never had any fear of supporting somebody. He never. He always
can't hide feelings.
He always spoke his mind. He don't think of whether election is coming tomorrow. So if Koga had that intention that, okay, election coming tomorrow, the people will not support me, me stay neutral, then it
My
means
brother,
he's not a
Koga is a
politician.
politician. Koga does not
Then
carry the grace and the Johnson carries. Understand that?
no,
Even the
if
current
if
vice
if
president, this going election, he said it. The grace Senator Johnson carry, no other politician in Nima carry. It will take years for someone to regenerate into that. So you need to understand that every politician in Nima now are very careful with their political decision activities. You need to understand that.
that's your opinion, Siawete. That's your
Yeah.
opinion. But what I am saying here tonight is that does not constitute, it does not amount to you being a politician. If you are a politician and you are shy to make decisions, let's say today, let's say if this was a conflict issue in District 5, would Koga have stayed away because these people they are politicians?
No, you're discussing conflict, then it becomes a mitigation point, huh? Conflict?
You see, it might probably result into conflict. It
What
might.
conflict?
We don't know.
Conflict on what?
See,
Thank you.
let me make my point shortly. It might. We don't know, right?
John
So
is
Koga has to be bold with his decision.
who of them
Koga is
besieged today. So John is energized. Row of them besieged by me today. John, can you please give a chair and get to be Magro? Like,
okay, hold on,
Magro, can you go ahead with 3 minutes?
Yeah, I know you get, I mean, not John. Also, I know you get some kind of guy sitting by you and just shaking the chair and the feedback you're getting to Austria. You got to check your background.
The man get one Filipino girl over there.
Yeah, I think so. So, like I said, thank you to all of you. When we were campaigning or we were going to the processing in May, April, when the campaign opened, the vice president came and said, leader leads by example. And he cannot sit down at any election that in Nima, he will not make decision in it. Senator Johnson was a senator, he used to make decision in the by-election and maintain election out in Nima. We have one by-election that he took the side of Mawea. And we have maintain election that he himself participated in one. And then Onokun came through from 2020. And he took the campaign stage on here. And the vice president came into our election here. 3 of us were not a supporter of the United Party, our in the race. But the balance 4 were supporter of the United Party. They being the supporters of United Party, he still went ahead and made decision. Today they are saying people who are in Buyao are people who supported them, so they cannot make decision there. So it shows to all that 2029, they are doing something that we ourselves who are hard. Me are clear to it to the same way. Because we wanted to make decision in Buyao. The fact that they made decision in election that we were partaking into, and we have been close to them making it to get to power to where they were before they could pick up from there. It's also necessary that they go now and make decision. But the vice president is finding a way up to India so that he can lead there for the election to be over. From Ethiopia, he'll be going on that side and see how the election can be over. That's a clear attempt of escaping the process. Koga is telling us today that he made a attempt, he didn't make a attempt. Koga gave the hope to that man, to Gus in Swedru. He announced Gus. He even came on Kubokula farm and announced Gus. And later, even the media people that cover their story in Grand Judea came and published it that Gus is the choice of the people. They went into the consensus bidding for the first time. Gus surfaced while he was still in China. And then Gus came. The group of young people turned over that Gus is a mean person. He does not relate to anybody. And the group of young guys. So I just want them Matali to be on the show tonight. As you and myself speaking on the show, I testing that one so now I can go off the page. Because I told him on a very platform that he does not know those guys that he's dealing with. And today I come to reality. None of them coming on out from the NDR to say something. The Prince Johnson legacy that they just talk about, nobody keeping Prince Johnson legacy anymore. Previously birthday, nobody went out to see. Previously, when we were in March 2nd Wednesday, nobody went there to dog or previously grave. And then most of those guys who won on the NDR ticket, they did not come for previously some burial. I coming to you.
The grave clean, the flowers stay on it. Why they going dog array again for that? To spot
No,
money.
you gotta go and dog array. Let our person be fair there. Every time of the dog oration day, that person needs to be fair. The legacy, the guys need to keep the legacy. Alfonso, the guys need to keep the legacy. Now the legacy will discuss me.
Man, you went
legacy
there?
was,
You went there?
I should not go there. Previously son, previously Jim will not go there.
Listen, Mike didn't go there. He just
But
here,
Mark, not everybody will
just
go
talking. He
to
didn't go
the-
there.
Mark, not everybody will go there.
Oh.
You know, they play small. They can't accommodate everybody. You were there this year. Next year, you might
I
not go.
tell previously legacy was he need to even go for tangy position and select his choice. So the legacy should hold right here. Let the guys go in booyah and make decision. The vice president should come and trade right in Ethiopia. He should not go in here. Then he can right by and go there and uphold Prince legacy. No matter how it is, everybody here can vote for Prince. When time Prince and low in your face, they tell you, Koga, Prince, I never supported Koga before. I told you, right? In 2011, I brought Koga to representative seat. Prince did not even talk anything about Koga when he entered Koga's district. And when we took Koga in the primary, you're angry. 2017, Koga begged to get on the NDR ticket. When he and Orokun were leaving from Prince house going to their houses, that Prince calls Orokun team run and came and got a package. Before Koga could come to his in the morning, he packaged that he was depending on already in ready. Shadra is aware of the package going to Ready because he was supporter of Ready. He aware. So the legacy that Prince had is he was bold. Prince was a bold man. He was not afraid of anything. He could not back and blow in anything. He came to the people in District 1 and said, when you're not voting my way, you hear me washing my hand, you're voting my way. You shouldn't vote for Saint Brown. You're voting for my way. Senator Johnson campaigned 3 weeks in Gado without resting for my way. From horse to horse. Committed as Senator Johnson and I read before. He walked and went there. My way didn't win. After the person that you will vote for, if the person does not win, then you call for reconciliation between you and the winner so you can work together for the better good of our county member. But to come here today, I am disappointed in Orokun and Orokoga. The vice president Kun and Orokoga, I'm disappointed in there. Highly. And I have my feeling. Our election was here. We are affiliated with all of them. The state took SAR. Why is it the election and I want to take SAR? They must take SAR. And we're demanding to take SAR starting from the 1st of August. Before that 9 days can come to be over, they must speak to the radio. So that people can understand that. You cannot back and blow.
Don't bring a CDC politics here. If men want to start, don't force them.
They say you have millionaires supporting.
Masara, government kwa.
One may say you have.
Masara, government kwa. Masara nyari. I'm a Liberian. I'm a Nibai. Masara, government kwa. I told you the last time. Even if it doesn't win, I told people in Liberia, I said, if Georgia doesn't win, they will bury Georgia in my chest. And Georgia never won. 2 or 1 win. And I was the first person from the county administration that is switched out because they pay our higher. Bro, we'll continue to hire people like us in Nima and we'll speak the fact. The issue in district 5 today, people cannot stand by you and you can't stand by anybody. Take your side. Let 2 of them come out and take their side. That Prince legacy that they were protecting, they will protect it to the 4 years. You can protect Prince legacy and listen away. It's not possible. Let them go and complete the tax. They buy election that in district 5, they should go there and speak. They shouldn't stay away. I asked Koga on the platform, if you saw my message, my comment there, Koga said, after that, because really could not ask that question. When they drive the line, Koga called me on my number. I'll call him, you call me back. He said, man, that question you asked them, my voting card lost. I would not even go there. Koga called me the evening. He said, that question you asked, my voting card lost. I would not even vote. So they should go there. Let the platform demanded to go there.
You sure?
You can stay away out of the 10 minutes.
we will try our way to connect.
So I just want to say that's my take in it. The one you're following all there about NDR and this and that. None of those men get money to hold NDR. That one you leave it. NDR will just be a subset to a set all the time. Any election I in the country, NDR will be a set to a subset. I mean, a subset to a set. India will not have a own candidate ready to pull out when it comes to president or vice president. India will never do it. You always
Madam, let me ask you a question, please. Let me ask you one question. So if NDR comes out tomorrow and say they want to carry you as senator to contest on a ticket, will you leave CDC to join them? Because you were once an MDR man.
NDR coming to take me as a senator. I have not been with NDR before. I told people on Spoon, when Spoon was interviewing, you heard it. I have not been with NDR before. I've been on the affiliate.
Will you go and contest on the ticket?
It's not possible that NDR will take me to contest on the ticket. You know it clear. I could go an independent candidate and NDR can support me, but NDR will not support me as a candidate. Until I can declare membership to leave from all the parties I'm in and say, no, I work all around, let me retire and go back home. Then I'll go back in my home now and retire. When I'm retiring in my home now, I'll retire in the chairs of NDR. Then NDR can carry me, but without me being a member of NDR carry me as a common sense. NDR will not carry me until I become a member. You know. So the day I join NDR, the NDR can carry me as a candidate. But if I can't join NDR, NDR can carry me as a candidate. But all of the people who they fighting now, all of them, they affiliated with NDR in the 2023 election. And currently, as we speak, wasn't all our membership with NDR. So NDR cannot select one person to carry it. So it was just necessary that they have a peaceful settlement so that God can go into the race. But me, I'm a supporter of God in the election. The reason I'm supporting God, if you ask me, just come out, I'll tell you. But I'm saying you never needed my service as a young person. You go on quarter page now, go and scroll down, put energy in you and scroll down. You insulted Garrison Yeru and myself along with Musa Bedete. So I call you on the phone. I said the thing you wrote, you meant it to write it. You wrote the thing I see on your post with Garrison and myself. He shouted at me, "Mama, you okay? Your political dream in this country." I said, "Okay, I'm political dream." He said, "Why you have to go with Manigo man?" I said, "I want to go with Manigo man." Me, I don't look at myself and go with Manigo man. If Buaka can go with Manigo people, Manigo man sitting at a port, Manigo man sitting at post and telecommunication. Manigo woman is the one that can pull the appointment on the west side. Mama Zikaba is also there as a Manigo woman. All the Manigo body are inferior ministry. Then you telling us, say, you can't go with Manigo. Me, I'm not a travelist. As somebody who believes in everybody. So, what I say, now one day I was said it. You ask him today, you bring on the platform where I hear you tell you. So, you know, one day I said, God can reach out to me from Morocco. So, we'll support God. We're all going out there today. I'll go there. I'll go there. From the friend to go, all going booyah, I'll go wrong camping.
No wonder you talking whole day 24/7 about the VP and the senator should come and come and declare their support.
But what we telling you, it's a reality. If they protecting Senator Johnson legacy that they campaign with all year, Senator Johnson legacy used to even go down to Senate mayor position. He used to select a Senate mayor and say that man will carry a Senate mayor in the other place. That man will carry a commissioner. That the president will carry a site superintendent. So you can't stay away from that. So you staying away from what? If the party put on somebody, they should go and support the president.
Thank you, Nando. Thank you very much for that. I think we exhausted our time now. We will be giving our party comment.
Yeah, what we want to do right now to go.
Yeah, so everybody will be giving.
Yeah, I want to give mine and leave.
2 minutes each. So do it for 10 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
So go right. So let's start with you, Pade. Then you can do yours.
Okay, thank you. I want to say thanks to all of you today. It's a nice show. And even when Mike entered again, he put a lot of fun on the show, so it was great. But there's one thing I want to tell the young people so you can recall it from today. Before getting back to the district, one thing she always say, and everybody was happy, is that the government of Liberia getting $5 million grant to me now, to us, is nothing strange. Government of Liberia
I
getting
didn't
more than
even
500
desire money
grand.
and said I swear.
So it's not nothing new for somebody to dance for the news. The only thing that when it happen in Liberia, people will dance for is the system of government we have there. The person that will come to change our system is what young people you need to fight for. But give it a grant, even it could be $1 million, $1 billion, it will all fall to dream. Nothing will come out of it because of the system over there. Today in Liberia, how can a president, the executive, the legislature, for instance, if they give road project right now, there where their riches they always come from. If they get a contract from Ganta to ZK Power, or from Ganta to Sano, they get contract until this government would take, if the contract is about $250 million, the government, the executive, the minister, they would take sometimes $100 million and give the contract for 150. There's nowhere that $150 million can work for 250. That's completely no way. You cannot do that math. So this system, until this system get out of our government system, that's the only time we can get back another 12 years, 18 years, nothing will come. So dancing for 500 million grand is just the need, and that for nothing. It been happening before. So nothing to even be proud of. Nothing for us. Okay. My age now, I have not seen yellow machine in my hometown. So back to our district. Yesterday, there's a new king from the district, especially from my hometown, where Mekua launched his campaign in Yaonyale yesterday. It was a great one. And before coming to it, the senator issue with the District 5 by-election, the senator made things clear from the beginning. In my mind, who the senator was speaking to when he said, the people of Nyode, y'all leave the raid. Nobody else besides Jackson Yo he was speaking to. There's his brother, because he don't respect him, so he don't get away. And then he tied up with our family team. Those are things we continue to tell our people of our district not to go with Jackson Yo, not to vote for him, because the family team will be there and it will bring our district down, because there's no way now that Senator Kogram can publicly to support anybody because of our family team. There will be no other way. So nobody should even think about it. The person he was speaking to at the time to say, y'all Kennedy, y'all leave the race, that his brother Jackson Yo, then that he don't have that respect for him to honor him. And because of the family thing too, he will never come publicly to say, I'll support this person. Although he will support, he will give money to people, especially like we say, he carry Menkua. Of course, Menkua, all of these great guys are supporting him. And the good news for him from launching yesterday, people came, hundreds of people came from Nyole, especially Goma Play, all over Nyole, all over Buyao, that entered my hometown yesterday and launched his support. So those are the great ones, because since he don't listen to a brother, the people will tell him that on the 12th, you will be, you will lose the election. So we are asking him now to just drop for that rate, because he will go nowhere. And we heard from some speaker here that he got a great chance in Yole. No, the people of Yole themselves knew what is happening. So if BKS was in Yole yesterday, they were going to tell us really what happened on the ground, where those people came from. Most of them came from Yole region there, so they know it. And to our country team, like I said before, that young people, you don't fight for our country. You all fight for our country. For us now, in the Giowa said, it was Liberia said, you are your capo, you do, you took a go, because what the system that there is what we need to fight for. If you could be my candidate, I want Gongos be a president, and the system in our country it will change, nothing will happen, because the system over there is set for corruption. There's nothing good can happen over there. Right now, the market you're pressing something good going on. The present budget the $880 million, it 87% for paycheck and benefit. 13%, what we do for Liberia? Y'all think about it. Y'all, the educated people, y'all think about it. So right now, only the system in our country, a completely set. Our legislature has set this thing here. It's shameful that we sit down today and start praising people for paycheck benefit for doing this. And my message today was the vice president taking millions of dollars to go negotiate was a waste of taxpayer dollars. President Barker working relation with the vice president is a great thing that all presidents should do. Even the past president, we don't understand what was happening between he and his vice president. There was crime, but Barker is doing it is fine. We are not against that. What we are against is that the way both of them together using the taxpayer data in a way of just for nothing, wasting of it is what we're talking about. But a working relationship, nobody will say why the president worked with his vice president and you got angry with it. We got angry with the taxpayer dollars not being used in the proper way. That's what we're getting angry with. And we tell them so they can listen. And especially our legislature, they are the one to kid in our country. So back to our for me to end our district number 5, please, the coming election, we need those of you who registered to vote right. But the only person we don't want you to vote for that Jackson. That way you elect him, it means the district will just be down again. That there are family things that are going on, which we will continue to speak on. It's not a right thing. See, thank you. So BKS, if any launch over there, y'all go there like August Mekwa launched yesterday. We don't hear anything from BKS. You need to fight high and do something like that. Thank you.
No, and we posted it. Maybe you not follow it at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See, before you go to the other people, I want to make something. I want to say a short thing to the other.
If you do your 3 minutes, just do it. Don't go say something. Be waiting for another 3 minutes.
Okay, no problem. Let me put my own one. I let the error fight. The error is focused. Even when we say let's discuss it one, the error will still hold it high. At the end, he will shoot a shot. The error is focused, and I hope that the youth in Liberia can stay focused on that, because no matter how we carry the discussion, we leave it from Jackson the error will stay by and say something about that discussion. So I like that. But again, to Poga, the people say you got a party in South Africa that you want to bring to Liberia. You will betray MDR political party.
Yeah,
now you say okay. Mark Blue say you get party in South Africa that you will bring to Liberia, you will betray the people. Now that MDR has put up a candidate and you don't want to go to support that person because you feel like when you go in the district, the election will be corrupt, is bad. It's a bad decision. And I think you should rethink that to come up, because 2032 is not far again. You might be getting old, but you are setting a legacy for the future generation. Do not make it for people to say, we from y'all, we are bad. We seek support from people, but we don't support other people. I beg you, Senator, please. This is politics. During the time of politics, some people got different intentions, bad things to say about you. I know it happened between you and Mark Bloom. Mark Bloom said you insulted his people. He came back at you. He said the same thing at the end result. You guys can talk right now. This is politics. You need to take your side. Your side shouldn't be neutral. You're a politician. You are not non-political. That's what I wanted to say, Afonso. Afonso, you are muted.
Mute me, my boy. Oh, they just mute. Yeah, what kind of boy? Thank you very much.
Thank you, John.
Party statement, boy.
All right, thank you.
Playing yourself computer in elementary school.
Mute yourself. Your back is bad on that.
Oh, Jesus. Mike. All right, thank you, Mr. Moderator. It's a nice show tonight. One thing is that we are not always sitting listening to other people to discuss issues surrounding our country and county at large. We ourselves have gotten into it now to see how best we can speak to our people and see how best we all can put verses together to lift our country and our district, Lima, forward. What we are saying tonight, what all we say here tonight, I will end up with this to let our people in Booyah. Like I always say, someone will say, what kind of fish you get to fry in District 5? From 4 to 5. We got common boundary. We are the same people. If issue affect District 5, it affect all other districts within NIMBA. We are putting our voices together to let everyone know that as you guys go to the poll August 12th, vote wisely. Elect someone that will represent the district well. You guys elect Koga. He was in our post from 2011 up to this year. I mean, you guys trusted him. Now, if you are looking for a replacement of him, look for a person that you think has similar charisma like him to lead that district. Don't mind all the yellow machine, the back or right, soda light passing around. The person that will stand up for that district, vote for that person on the national scene. I think the current government is moving in a rightful direction. Liberia has been backward since our dark days started the civil crisis. We overcame the civil crisis, got into Ebola, and then afterward, we jumped over Ebola, and then our government was on a little rise, and then we got into another downfall trend. Now we are picking up from that downfall trend to have a little light standing up. We are heading a very positive way. We all need to rally around to do better. We all need to rally around our government to move this country forward. And one thing that always baffles me and I always say is that if all the development, the infrastructure that those senators, ministers, presidents have traveled, seen in other countries, if they can have that ideas, mentality, and take it back home and say, this is what we need to do, Liberia will be a country that it was before, that people left other places to go and live there. The little America that they knew before, Liberia will be that same place. So no white man will leave from this land and come and build our own country. We, the citizens, ourselves, we got to change the mentality, our way of doing things, and embrace system into that country to develop Liberia. Thank you. Oh, my papa, Derek Wolf. Papa, you kept emphasizing today about what this government is doing. I would say even if Councillor Gongros gets into power, we will still be on the same roundtable talking the very same thing. I think this government, we should give them a credit where they are heading. We are heading in a very positive step, not to where we want it to be, but we are taking that step to get there gradually. We're talking about accountability. It's been applied to some extent that people can boast about. I will stop there and thank you to everyone for tonight's show.
Well, thank you so much. But I don't know why we should continue to dance for. I will do this. Oh, okay. But he called my name now. He called me.
No, Jackie. Alfonso.
Okay.
Who's the next person?
Let's give all your party comment there from there.
All right. Thank you, Alfonso. Thank you so much. So quickly, let me.
Nothing you tell me say Shaga and you man. Nothing you can tell me.
To my God, I'm not UP, I'm not any political party, my brother. Till that is my day. I can support somebody based on leadership ability. I can believe people. I'm not part of any political party in Liberia. I will not eat. Trust me. So let me go to my point. You want to distract me, but I will not be distracted. Let me say this to at the core before I go to my point. The VP did not take millions to carry for go search for the machine. So these are the disinformation that can make the public know they will not analyze it the way it's supposed to be because somebody say they know the person. Yeah, that's true. So let the view from no misleading the public. Why it's true that in trouble no delegates to go do he never told millions to go search for a yellow machine. Thank you. So to the point of Senator Koga, I remain who I am, and I said it, nothing more I can ever say only again. So Senator Koga is just being deceptive. Like somebody said, I just want to read a book because it comments almost it summarize why we just no talk. I want to read his comment as my party comment to leave. One Method Dodo doing Senator Koga interview today. Even now on our post, he said, my opinion on Senator Samuel Gongwen Koga remaining neutral in the Nimba Electoral District 5 by election. The senator needs to be an institutional person instead of being neutral person at this crucial time in our Electoral District 5. Senator Samuel Gongwen Koga ran on MDR ticket in Nimba, where a lot of Nimbayans were denied to contest because he was a candidate on the party's ticket. But he chose to play a double standard game because he doesn't want to support the MDR candidate in the Buyao electoral election. And he wants to letter us that all of the candidates that are contesting are his people, and he will not support any of them, which I see as this disservice to the people, disservice to MDR candidate and the party as well. The reason why VP Jeremiah Kwan Senior remain the face of Nimba is that he always stands his ground, and I should appreciate him for taking decisions that can benefit Nimba and its people. I am calling on the leadership of MDR to immediately suspend Senator Koga for betraying the decision of the party because he has failed not to support the party candidate because his preferred candidate don't contest on the party's ticket. Maybe you want to see. MDR candidate is Koto Kwagu, but Koga decision not to support. Yeah, no, but I don't know. Even if weird way. Don't So why Mike will not be a politician and you always distract us because you know you want to support
but the message that someone on the kind of platform you're not correct that you're forcing yourself to strike with it.
No, but sometimes say something in the right, don't forget about writing. I will try to know be you understand it. Forget that one.
Okay, you computer.
Yeah. So what we're saying is the deception is seen everywhere. It's not only as hearing people who want to defend it fine with that politics, but it's not something that is no cover to say he is neutral. He's not neutral. He played a double standard game, and the game is clear. So looking at a leader, looking at the face of a leader to say you're wrong, it doesn't mean that you don't like a leader. I respect Senator Koga. He been leader for this 5 or 30 years. Will be under his leadership, and now we have the senator for the entire Nimba. What we're saying here is let him try to play the leadership role to define his role into every election process or decision making in Nimba. Let him direct the path of where people will go. But it shouldn't be playing double standard game like you neutral in SYC or Onokowa doing different things. He will not be trustworthy. For me, I will not trust him easily if he continue to proceed like this. Thank you so much. If I you to post on that.
Thank you very much.
Let the people vote who they want to vote in the best interest of the district. Anyone that wins is our representative. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Siawete, let's get to you then for the go to be Mark Bloom.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator, for adequately moderating the show tonight.
And you see, now I say the man not let independent people. When I'm moderating the show, you can tell me thank you. But today, Alfonso is telling thank you. See what you not let
But
me
they may,
know.
they may 500,000 account so they can divide. I may not be happy to tell everything.
Mike, can you give channel people talk? You think I see
You
this
know,
business we're talking about
you
here? Where
know,
y'all
you
singing
know,
music every day?
before I go to the meat of the discussion, what the United Party have achieved in the first 1 year, CDC did not achieve. CDC did not win a compact from 2018 up to 2022.
Hold on 1 second. CDC was dancing bugas, though they never did anything. The only thing they know how to do best.
So
The only thing that
we are
making
being
Braga not to
arguing
dance is that if fucking move correct at all. You want dance? You think Braga not want dance? I beg you. Look at it.
Tonight, it's a win for the Republic of Liberia anyway. It is a win for we, the people. People take these things to be common thing because for the way they look at it and from their own understanding and analysis, because winning the compact is a criteria set where nations around the globe and compete for that. It's a standard where rule of law, freedom of information, and there are a lot of things you need to pass. That's why they call it scorecard. So from 20, there's a score. 20, I know, out of 12, once you pass 12, 10, you are qualified. So, I mean, that shows that Liberia as a nation, we are reaching the international benchmark and, to be on the world stage. Mind you, the Independence Day was another attraction where you saw full head of state, and the Sierra Leonean president being the chair of ECOWAS. His message was very resounding. Mind you, he also came in Liberia as a peacekeeper those days, and he also recounted that. And President Bouaga being the president, as a listening president, you saw that right after the oration, the orator spoke, it resonated with him, and he also immediately in his speech, and appointed the vice president to steer that committee to also look at the bread and butter, and of the country. One thing I'm also learning from President Bouaga that we know that some of us we have personal interaction with is that he's not someone who's a sycophant. No, he see things and say it the way he see it and work on it. 2017, when President Bouaga spoke of squandering opportunity, it was a campaign message for the guy opposite Lone Star. But I don't know whether they are still opposite Lone Star now, because as far as we are concerned, they will be evacuated soon. So President Bouaga spoke.
You start talking to him from last year,
It began a campaign message. So I mean, he's not someone who has feeling. He listened to people. That's why there are many suspensions. That's why there are many suspensions in this government. And I mean, the government is listening to citizens every morning. President Bouaga listens to the radio and the media. That's why even the nomination of the new justice also came from the East, the Western cluster. It was also a recommendation from some media and the citizen as well. So appointing the president, appointing the vice president is also a win, because he had appointed the vice president on 3 different occasions on committees that he had met of, and with the intent of that, where the yellow machine aspect, the vice president also able to save the country of $60-some million. And today is there the issue of the LEC, the electricity issue. The vice president also, they were able to craft agenda, and today as tend to be corrected in most of those countries like Yakbastan, Sino, and the rest of the areas. The country now is moving to another stage. So I mean, this government, we are very sure, and we are very sure that before the end of this 6th year, there will be tremendous progress. We all need to put our hearts together to see Liberia improve. And though we are not seeing what we want to see, but in the near future, few years to come, Liberia will be to where we want to be. Thank you for hosting the show. Gian, tomorrow when you host the show, I will tell you thank you as well. So Alfonso, thank you very much for moderating the show. Very nice tonight. Thank you.
But the vice president on the rule issue again, not all I want. On the road construction, the road
Mine
construction.
are your turn now. The way when people talking, you there, you making small thing. We come and talk.
Yeah. You know, you just go like we are open to the thing and we just be doing remand. You know, charity forget about the vice president appointment on the road issue. So I had to tell you, the road construction are in the country, the vice president playing key role in it too. But one good thing I want to say is, like all of you have said, the people need to uphold Senator Johnson's legacy. They must go in that district 5 and make decision. Because if they don't make decision to campaign, the person in their heart may not win. If the person does not win, they will have a better pay with the winner. Already, the party government are people who won election, they are angry. Every day you see them, they bitter. For charity to even say, our foundation at Jefferson Koji bill that the money coming through, it coming from all in the rule of law. When the taking so I want to do then garrison you do them from that Jordan, people say oh in rule of law. Even we that yesterday attended is better we were to be 6 or 7 by this time. So me, I never attend to even go after that. So all we can just say to our people that they go in district 5. But for me, I trust the vice president. Their poor politics aside. Some of the appointment that you see, we that are politicians, we can think twice. Some might not be in the best interest of the vice president, but I know he will navigate a way so that he can be in the best interest. We're almost about 2029 when those things not work. Then they'll say, but we'll put a vice president there at the end, he won't be president. The man of vice president again the task to perform, he not perform it. Then he say he won't be president. They gain free way to perform. He not perform. So I know he's listening. You'll be able to take some of those, in fact, all of those appointments, you'll be able to take key interest in it to sit with those people who are involved so that it can give a better result. Because if it does not give a better result, it will be a trap for him. That tomorrow you'll get nothing to explain your campaign messages. So you need to be focused. Because the aspect of the raw material putting together to turn to a product is not an easy task. 4 components of things that you need to know. That the land, the labor, the cost of production, before you can turn to the raw material. And then taking the production, the product to the people, it also costly. Because you got more than 3 parties running it to the customers. The producer will be there, the middleman will also be there, and then the distributor between them, and the end user will finally get it done. So before you can get there, before you determine the process of things, you have to look at the cost of production, the transportation involved, the labor cost, and all of those things before the people can determine price. Yeah, you're facing so. You say you will not go gamble whether you buy oil for $5,000 per gallon, and you can buy the cost of for $7,000. And someone expect you to say produce a soap and then sell it for $10 LD. No, it will not work. You will not get what you want. You will not even get your principal. The major reason for which people make business is to maximize profit. So you want to maximize profit, you have to do it systematically and calculate what you are doing so that you can be able to get to the profit. So, but we know that with all that we're saying, but me, I always say, the fact that JMB is in power, I support every good thing that you do to make Liberia a better place. I support it 100%. Even the ones that are doing bad to make himself rich, there's nothing we can do inside until the 6 years is over. If we want to campaign, maybe we'll start campaigning by 2029 January now. Then we'll know where we're heading from. But to waste your time and start campaigning from now to go, people crossing from party to party, I don't see it necessary because the stage have been given to the people and the people need to operate. And we ourselves, we should pray along with the government so that we can have 6 years adding to our ages that nothing will be coming to us as Liberians. When the Warhead Bridge business started, they the same people today that are taking the stage now to complete the project. They were politicizing it all year. When we have Bay Road, so they say that cement road the main blink. When they go Bay Hospital, so they say that I want the main doing. But again, the government nothing changing that the same development men were doing at the same path they are. But the only thing we want to tell them is no money in the country. When they were producing a lot of money so that we can have money in the country, we were around 5 million, 4 million. Now we're going to 7 million. And everybody hustling, so people keeping the money. The government need to go through the legislature to see how more money can come. When money come in the country and they drop the price of US, all of those things will be good. Nothing they doing here are strange for what we are did. We are build roads, we are build schools, build clinic, build hospital, build market, send people to school, pay free wash fee.
Where's
All that
that?
one you do.
Where's that?
We want Sana.
All the things you need me. Why he did it?
They will let Mark be one finish.
Ask for one.
Yeah,
Ask for
man.
one. Don't just say all the things. Ask for one.
Why you build a clinic? Why you build a hospital?
The clinic, the hospital is in Babolu. The hospital is in Moruga. The hospital is in Bomi. All of the places big hospital there. Ask for another one.
Why he building roads? Because the road you're talking about right now,
The
like you
road from Ganda to Logwatu. They may build a road from Ganda to Logwatu.
that I him build
Wada
that
was
road.
saying
That
that.
project
Wada
was
was
keep
saying that in the
5
swamp.
But
I will answer
Alfonso,
you. Wada
why
was
will
saying that
Mark
in the
Breon be
swamp.
saying that Jefferson Koji plan? You think when they say MCC that Moral City
That Jefferson
Corporation?
Koji's scorecard. That Jefferson Koji's scorecard. You're right on that. I think that's not an issue.
Wait.
That Jefferson Koji's scorecard. He pointed that thing and it came true. Because it came true now, it have been a regular way to guys who can fight for the money to come so they can take, they can have a free buy away.
But that Moral City Corporation,
Yeah, but I'm saying now, and I Jefferson Koji make the thing to come true, and today he attend to a man, the old man that applying mark on, that old man applying mark on there. So just get to notice that. So what we are saying is, all of us, our focus there is the library push should succeed. In about Bwaka, in about Onokun. Because if I am 30 and I say library should retrogress for 6 years, then me I going 36 years, my country still retrogressing. The upcoming generation will not be able to do something. When election time come, you can even do all the good things. When they put down on you, they can take you from there. All you feel you are doing is good. The people they don't want you, they will take you from there. So we shouldn't even pray for bad things to happen to government. They pray for the best of the government. If the government does well, people will also follow the good that they are doing and become part of the process for 2029. But let we close on with the issue of the Booyah election. We just ask for God interference, the protection of our citizens, the issue of Kuga talking about when he enter the district will be corrupt. It surely tells you that when he enters there will be a stalking of ballot papers. There will be cheating into the process. And then he does not want to go there. So we agree that he stay away, let the people go. But their hearts should be open to the winner. Because the president that will win, if the president is not our interest, and they didn't go there to campaign, to be seen physically, they must be able to work with when the president that will win. If it is jazzing you, they must work with him. But no, it will be a gossip Mekwa, and they should be waiting to work with him. Because NDR had no record of winning election in our district. Shadra is the living witness. When Papi really took the stage on here, Shadra, they were all there with the Berito firing all over to ensure that the fire come. So it didn't come. While the mother gun was running, Shadra, they were there. They were small AK there fighting on the side so the Papi can win. And it didn't go. They go election again. The NDR did not succeed. We also succeeded as PUP. And then we're going to where we go. I mean, where we're going. So that all of us have been moderating the process. We go there to support our candidate. You know that I got a little over 900 votes in that place. My supporters are there too. I'll go to tell them, say, your vote for Mekwa. So tomorrow we might be on the air, be discussing that. I'm going as individual. I'm not going as CNC. I'm going as Mike Bloom, as the permanent son of this country, the most popular Gil candidate, constantly on the now, again, Yantuai.
So why you never stay on your CDC and you jump to CMC?
So CDC, CNC, APP, PLP, all of them, they are opposition political party.
No,
So
I'm
they want
asking
you
you.
to
You work for the CDC government. Now, CDC is not in power. Why you didn't stick with your CDC? You joined behind Musa Benedict.
So why the people again play voted for me when I was stay with CNC? Was it an issue? CDC said they were not putting our candidate in NIBA in the by-election. CDC said they were not putting candidate on. So all of us, we need somebody to be by us. You guys sitting one that nah. Yeah.
Let me ask you one question.
I'm sorry.
Okay, all you're saying that the people are doing and who he should go support a candidate. Now, you affiliated with CDC. Do you think the decision that CDC took to tell her supporter to vote for any or the three of you, you, Garrison, and Ide, you think you are right too?
So you can be asking questions and like you will not even be able to follow. CDC are asking and supported Ide Gonglo where you saw it. You saw Akara all the men here.
Akao's bring them coming into counter was just about political envy.
I shouldn't have waited CDC to come at the close of campaign before I become candidate. And I needed to register on a political party ticket. So when CNC accepted me, there where it's my new political home. And I was CDC to say I was CDC, I'm with CMC.
So why if your
political... I'm not going as a CMC member. I'm going as Mike Blunt, a son of Lovely, that even when you divide the district to add a 22 seats to the current 72 seats, I don't know whether Lovely will fall within the Booyah belt. So we all going there to make our case that tomorrow, when I'm contesting 2029 as a senator, my supporters that are there, they will say, you came here, you show us direction, so we are with you.
My bro.
Yeah.
Are you a CMC with your whole heart?
So why if your political godfather for now, CMC most ability, comes out tomorrow and say he contests
the most hardest politician.
I'm looking for that one serious man for when a man comes tomorrow and says he want contest for the Senate seat, what will you do?
The man must go for primary.
They both go for the same primary, the same ticket.
We're talking about political party. If I'm contesting for the Senate 2029 or Bede contesting for the Senate 2029, we'll go for primary.
I think you want Bede to like you now because Bede was soon kicking you out.
No, listen. We'll go for primary. You're not understanding the way the politics can run. We'll go for primary. We'll go for the primary now. Elect the party to say my get chance to the political leader, which I will not hesitate on it, but we'll go for primary and we'll express interest. I ain't looking. Where you just wake up, some money you want to say on the computer in Nima, then your other brother wants to say computer in Nima, they'll be fighting way. You got rules.
Mike, I can see you. I can see you going to different political parties. Yeah, go ahead.
Mr. Bloom.
Yeah.
Is a membership with CNC a genuine one, or because you were downplayed by your mother party, you don't see me by all costs?
Say that.
Is your membership with CDC a genuine one? Meaning, did you join CMC with your whole heart as a member?
Lower my hand. I can see with A and we go with just lower my hand.
No,
what is the my hand?
No.
It's genuine. It's genuine. Everywhere Musa Bede.
Tomorrow,
so you saw me. Our instantly putting people outside if you time to go wait for Musa Hassan Bede while you were coming from America. And I say to come from Kenya or Egypt. I say you're coming from America.
While we try to close the show, I just want to say this. I know Mark for a very long time. I know all of us know Mark. Mark is one of the loyalists in Liberia. When it comes to despite our politics, when Mark say he believes in you, he's for you. To admit the fact.
He's not consistent though.
No, he's consistent. That's what I'm saying. Mark is very consistent. I shouldn't
being loyalist is different than being consistent.
Being consistent.
John, don't preach for Mike yet. You know that Mike yet. Don't preach for Mike.
You begin. You know about Mark.
So listen.
No, all
I
the
didn't
political
go political
parties
party.
are part of them.
The statement, you know what,
Ma-
John? The statement I said,
The
John,
statement Dion made, that's why
he
we are
loyally, but not consistent because he said, I mean, his political party, then he part of, he mentioned it on the show here that he part of some political party. Meaning, my is not only associated with one political
No,
party, so he's not consistent.
you see,
He's not.
Mark was not part of CDC, but he worked in a CDC government. That's why you see he paid
No,
his
Mark was
loyalty
part
to
of the
CDC.
CDC. Don't
No,
Mark
Mark
was
is not a
CDC.
member of CDC.
Hey, my man, Mark was constituent member of the CDC, man.
No,
Junior
Mark,
will do that.
are you a member? Were you a member of CDC?
Thank
The
you.
coalition, yes.
Thank
We
you.
are the member of youth chair. And you say what?
When
Thank you. When CDC came in 2005,
mm-hmm.
all of us sitting on the platform were part of CDC.
No. You say you.
It's never you to be fortunate to defend yourself.
Yeah,
It's
but I
never
was
you to be fighting to
I
defend
was
yourself. Say that one. It's not my issue there.
voting.
So when the run-up election came, almost Senator Johnson and Vanisha, man, all the men were behind we start going around.
Okay.
When we are enter Ghana, he said, the people say, I know both, but they get all the degree, they hang the degree in the wall. Nothing the degree doing. Then Vanisha went to him and said, Mammy, when he told the thing that they did, all of what he talking to.
Mark, during the 2023
Yeah,
election,
you are a member of our person.
during the 2023 election, were you a member of CDC?
Sure. I was a campaign manager,
My
the school
people,
president.
I'm sorry, I take my word back.
I was fully a member of the CDC. Yo, I mean, you not got to run away.
You
I
know
can
what?
explain to you.
You know what?
I can explain to you the situation.
I believe he's a loyalist politician, but he's not
So
consistent.
look at someone who has done well for you to turn your back on a person for no reason. Yeah, I'm not used to that.
As we speak, he's a sedition. He did not really, resign, or he not revoke his membership. And he also a member of LPDP. He did not revoke it, and now he's a how they call it CMC man. He had not all two political parties he got membership, or he not revote, and he gone to another political. So he not consistent.
I'm the first candidate of the CMC.
Mike is a senior player without specific team. Anything against Mike, you go with them. So just watch and see 2029. Musa Beledi and Mike will go to different parties. Musa will contest on CMC ticket for the Senate seat in Lima.
What we hear CMC is thinking of bringing Tiawan Segonglo on the party ticket as standard bearer. So that's what they're trying to do, but like walking.
No, Tiawan get own political party.
Who told you did that thing? Did that thing?
No, that one, that the paper talk. That
Let understand something here. You say in Liberia, one man cannot make it. One party cannot make it. when the election was coming close, Boaga decided to run and go campaign. To go reaching campaign. When he got in campaign, he knew he could not make it. When he came back, he was sick. They took him to Morgan and took him to Ghana. So Senator Johnson said, running around to go to places, leave it. He on Nima. He bongani to Primway. You said you pay one visitation to that place. You can say now. The editor of them working for me. You leave Basso with normally can get Lawrence. All of those people that they name. When they get in, they are very political, they are very content to go and work. They could not still make it with we have votes. We have vote exceeded the Unity Party vote with wide margin, almost 100,000 plus.
Except for Nima.
Yes, Kalawa coming to now. So they had to come down to Nima. The 144,000 that they got from Nima was a turn on that they exceeded we have vote with 16,000 votes. We had to get the power. So there you being the man of everyone you need people to amalgamate forces so you can come to permanent in this place. The people went back Ako. The very people who are calling me Maningo Mayor because with Musa Beledi, they went back Ako today, that's why you see that guy is a Freepo. The other man, there, the children, they are with Baka going from country to country. Nobody calling them money movement. Huh?
Alfonso, we need to
You
end
play
the
this come
show.
from
I beg you, the manager text me.
Thank you very much. The show
So
was
they
good
want to
today.
tell you that one person cannot make it. Even Nana, the United Party said one CNC to a maga make force with them. The one Congo also one CNC.
Well, once
Yeah?
CMC will get CNC.
CNC is an auxiliary to CDC. Wow. A party there.
Party that have been duly registered.
TMC that behind the house party, that Musa Berede pocket there, we get win.
Thank you for the show,
The
gentlemen.
Gueva
Thank you.
party, the press
Thank
statement
you
is
for
more
the
than is
I'm muting all of you guys. Thank you for the show. Next time, tomorrow, this thing we will meet. Thank you. Thank you very much for the show. John, thank you.
Thank you for meeting there. That
Yeah.
might be in the background. Let me do it more.
Hey, just Leon, Leon, this show on the daybreak. So thank God. I'm muting. Yeah.
Shadrach, you and Alfonso, one of you, I need your assistance shortly. My computer, I cannot see the light again. It's not like the way you can, brighten it, you reduce it. It's not working for me anymore. I don't know what's happening. I don't even see I don't see the display in the setting.
No, so on a keyboard,